like that. Oh my God, we all have fans.
Hey,
oh, wow, it's a miracle.
We love to see it.
It's because Mr. Talent is not here.
Yeah, poor thing. I'm gonna get
in honor here. Fabric.
Right. Fabric.
Where the hell is my bandana?
I say fabric.
Oh boy,
that was hilarious.
There was a drag king in York called Dick Van Dyke who was like explicitly known for like doing tricks with fans. At York Pride Drag Race, he was doing Lion King and he was flinging this fan all around the place. Every time I watched him, I'm like, I can't even throw it up and catch it, let alone make my fan do a backflip.
He can't go a minute
when you
of
said
coming
doing
back
tricks
without mentioning the fact that he's from York. Welcome to The Cup, the currently unnamed podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. I say something gay, and today I actually have tea. I didn't have any coffee brewed, so I was like, eh. So I made some good Irish breakfast tea. Because it is still morning for me at the time of recording, so it felt okay.
Period. And I am Lana, your resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. It is the afternoon for me. Like, literally just moved into the afternoon. So I decided to be an afternoon drinker, and I got me a red cream soda because caffeine is always needed for me throughout the day so I could function. And so here I am with my red cream soda. But if I was drinking tea, which sometimes I do, I would be drinking tea out of my cup mug because you know all the cool kids have one except
Eris.
But it's okay because Eris is in the UK, so I understand. But we do ship to the UK, so just FYI. But get your cup mugs at our Etsy store. That link down below, lanagcreations.etsy.com, where you get all of our cup merch. Not just cups, but we have socks, we have hats, we have things. So check us out, period.
And I believe it was American Poet Laureate and BBL enthusiast Detox who famously said, well, this is hauntingly familiar. My name is Eris Envy. I'm York's punk rock hairy fairy, and I'm coming to you from my soon-to-be new room. Happy to catch up with all my cup buddies because it's been a minute since my MacBook, in UK terms, cacked itself. Oh, and I'm drinking apple juice.
And I am David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I can't even keep it hidden. There it is, Miss Coco Montrese. I'm not joking, bitch. I'm wearing it because I saw her at my local bar last night, and she was super sweet. She loved that I was wearing her new merch. So go buy some Coco merch after you're done shopping at Lana's Etsy shop. And I am drinking water.
Hello, bonjour, Orly. My name is Will Justice, the Virgin Person of New York, and the Nikki Doll defense attorney. And today, in my cup, I have some ginger ale again. LanaCreations.etsy.com. And I'm also drinking water because hydration is important. And I'm excited to talk about France.
We are talking about Drag Race France Season 2, Saison 2, Episode 2. For some reason, they said, no, we're not going to do the talent show Episode 1.
No.
That's okay.
Let's do a girl group challenge with 11 people.
Right.
Which I thought was very successful.
I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
But yes, we are here. We are back. France! For those of us that did not, were not here for episode 1, Eris, Will, what did we think of the premiere of the season?
Oh, Why did my monitor just turn off?
I'm about to say, somebody say something.
Okay, sorry, my computer just disappeared.
Honestly,
I was gonna say I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was really good. I don't know if you can still see me because I can't see anyone.
Yes, we can see you.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm back. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I didn't really like doing the girl group challenge first. I will, however, say this has got to be one of my favorite international casts, absolutely ever. I was kind of shocked by Sara Forever winning. She's quite quickly become a front runner when I didn't really get that energy from her from the promos. But yeah, love this cast. Obsessed with the lineup. I was actually really sad to see Rose go. I think Rose is now going to be one of my favorite first boots from any international season because she seemed like a lot of fun, and I would have liked for her to stick around. Also, I feel like they could have given Keiona some more flowers, but it is what it is.
This first episode was amazing. This is slowly becoming one of my favorite Drag Race cast songs because some of the cast songs recently have been bops after bops after bops, and I've been living. Well, except for the one on All Stars 8, but whatever. But I do agree that having the girl group for week 1 is kind of wild, but we still got to pop no matter what. At least we got to see everyone's different lyricism and how they perform. I was sad to see Rose go, I guess, but I wasn't at the see that runway look because
I will agree. The look was
no, man.
Yeah,
we said the same.
No, because it was giving Lucy Grew if she was in a different dimension or something.
I really like the pairing of Rose and Punani, though. I'm kind of sad to have seen them separated so soon.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were going to make them lip sync against each other at some point.
That would have been evil.
No, because 2 episodes in a row, the judging has been fair. For me.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I mean, look, Rose.
I will get into it later.
I think Rose last week was just yeah, it was just not good. It was just not her day, and it was a fair decision that she left. But yeah, sad to see her go. I think the bottom 2 was right last week.
How do we think she would have done on the talent show?
Mm-hmm. I think she probably would have did the same, or maybe a little bit, but maybe if she would have did the comedy like Rose know how to do comedy, maybe that would have been more her niche. I don't know, but we'll talk because this talent show was kind of everything to me. So
France coming through yet again with another spectacular talent show. We will talk about it, but yes, Rose is gone. Punani is emotional, and I understand it. And I was watching with my roommate, and he goes, I don't get why she's so sad. I'm like, that's literally her childhood friend.
Right, 20 years of friendship.
21 years, I think it was. I get it.
Yeah.
So, what's the tea, Christine?
Right.
I'm so sorry, Chris. No longer
Christine and the Queens.
Yes. So we walk in to the workroom. And then we go there. Nothing much happens, and we go to see Nikki. I love that they're chanting for Nikki.
Yes.
I do love that has become an aspect of the season. I'm I kind of live.
I love I always love the new day in the workroom type of things, where it's they do some goofy thing, and then suddenly it's okay, we're gonna talk at the table. Then Nikki mail, and then everyone's Nikki.
Literally. It feels like a football chant, but in the gayest possible way, and I love it.
I do kind of miss what the season 1 queens did whenever that chicken sound came, not chicken, that rooster sound came on, and they're go, 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 Rico. If you recall.
True. You know who I love that I've loved their reaction on both episodes now when the alarm goes off is Sara. Because Sara knows she's on television, and I love every moment of it. because when the alarm went off in this episode, she literally just went, ah! And then like ran over, and I'm like, yes, bitch, you know you're on television, and I love
That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me in the circle when the alert comes on.
Right. Oh, please.
Alert!
Alert!
Literally.
That's literally me every time.
When season 6 of The Circle comes out, when we review it, we just have to all go crazy at the start of every episode because it's the intro just alerts. Go check out our past coverage of The Circle, I guess. I didn't realize that was going to get brought up today, but work. We find out that the mini challenge, for some reason, is they have to perform to this song called Pandy Panda and get into panda drag.
Because pandemonium happens when things like that, when we do stuff like that. So yeah.
I want to know what goes through production's minds. Maybe I want to know what goes through production's minds because they, again, do the most goofiest things. You have the goofiest hosts.
Truly the goofiest host.
You have the goofiest cast reactions, and then you have the most goofiest mini challenges.
You know, Nikki, she's not serious at all. She's so goofy.
Goofy.
I have to say, Nikki has finally gotten into her hosting because she was funny as fuck in this episode, and I'm proud of her. I'm very proud because season 1, I love Nikki to death, but it was a little crunch and munch.
It was the first season. We gotta give her some leverage.
Not as bad as Rita Baga.
Now she's tapped into her goofiness.
Yes.
I put it like this. What I live for about Nikki as this host. Nikki is like, look, I need to be seen in my best light at all times. Like, no. Like, even I don't look. You don't have to like her drag look that week, but every time you
that
see
wig,
Nikki, you don't have to like the look, but you go. I adore the filter every time Nikki is on TV, and that filter is there, and they do not put it on nobody else. It's just for Nikki and Nikki alone. And I'm like, you know what? You the host. You deserve that filter. Make sure you glamorous at every angle. Period. I'm here for it. I'm like, give the filter to her. So then when it drops back to the girls, no filter. Back to Nikki, filter. Everybody else, no filter.
I will addendum to that I love that Nikki became the first meme to come out this season. I don't know if you've seen, but there's a picture of her during, I think it's Vespi's performance, where she like drops from her smile to like a little bit of a shocked face. And it's been screen capped, and it's become like a meme. It's her just like. If I can find it, I'll send it.
Oh no!
That was all of us.
I would like to utilize that.
Please.
I'll send it to you on Discord, Logan.
Thank you.
But I do want to talk about this mini challenge because I have some thoughts.
Please do, David.
Please do.
So one of my favorite mini challenges in Drag Race history is a little mini challenge from season 8 of Drag Race proper, when we got to see the girls do a little song called Cha Cha Bitch. And this is the closest I've gotten to getting that energy back in a type of mini challenge like this. So I was living for it. Everybody was bringing it when they were doing their performances. Everybody looked crazy. Moon especially was giving me everything I needed.
What the fuck was Moon wearing?
I freaking love Moon, and she looks so bizarre. And the thing with the face, I cannot do that. Okay, you all can do it better than me, but she was everything. I knew she was going to get that win.
Honestly, there have been so many amazing, interesting characters this season for me so far. Like Sara Forever, I was gagged at what Sara Forever has been doing. Of course, Moon as well. Moon. I live.
I will say, I was like, if Mami Watta ain't up on the stage killing it, like doing the panda, I was like, this is so good. Like any of them could have won, and I would have been happy with with whoever won because they all gave it their absolute best. It was fun, and when I watched it, I was like, I do enjoy this. I did enjoy this. This was one of my favorite mini challenges, and if you know me, I don't like mini challenges that much. I don't particularly care for them. I feel like they're a waste of time sometimes. Most of them have been, but this one I was like, this was fun. I think this week for me, watching the drag races that I watched, I enjoyed both mini challenges of the shows that I watched today. So I'm happy to say the mini challenges were a success this week for me, period.
It's either they're great
or they're so bad. They're so really stupid.
You could. It's either at the level of cha-cha bitch or it's at the level of fucking pancakes.
Oh God, not the pancakes. I mean, my favorite mini challenge of all time was the potato sack race from season 11. And I say it all the time because you just see Evie Oddly just standing in place, shaking her titties. And everyone understands. Shaking her titties and a titty falls off. And then Sugarcane is just...
Girl, that's me at 3 a.m. in drawing board, I'm not going to lie.
Oh God.
It's so good. Because at that time, Evie had injured herself. So she just had to stand there. She twisted her ankle or something with her ankle. Yeah. So instead of running the potato sack race, Rue was like, Evie, you just stand and deliver, mama. And she's just like...
And she did.
I love that.
She didn't need to twirl and twirl. She stood and delivered.
She did not need to twirl and twirl.
Period.
Our maxi challenge for the week is the talent show. Great, love, wonderful, fabulous. We'll talk about it shortly. I do want to talk about the workroom stuff because we get a lot of really important conversations.
We do.
And by a lot, I mean 2 really important conversations.
Yes.
We get the conversation with Mami Watta talking about how she's from the Ivory Coast, how her family isn't really... That's right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'm not talking about you.
Face, I was like, wait, did I get it wrong?
No, you're absolutely right.
Okay, good. I was like, I'm going through it today.
No, you're fine.
But no, so it's Mami Watta talking about being from the Ivory Coast and, you know, having gone through a conversion therapy. And like her, like the fact that her mom knows she does drag and wanted to save him, and how it would kill her father to find out. And then branched off of that as a conversation with Moon talking about how conversion therapy is still legal in Switzerland, which how the fuck?
Well, it's still legal here.
Is it really? It's it's illegal in most European countries. Switzerland.
It's legal here, but it's a bit of a long. I can condense the story. It's currently being in the process of being made illegal, and the paper and all that is on the Conservative government's desk, being like, "Hey, yeah, you can sign off on this, and conversion therapy will now be illegal." And like, okay, we'll get round to it.
Yeah.
Basically meaning they're probably going to sit on it until we get a Labour government.
Yeah. And then the other conversation is Ginger talking about her family as well. Yeah. Everything was emotional until it was just like, no.
It was very emotional. Like I said, these are my Emmy moments. I love to call these my Emmy moments because these are what get drag races their Emmys and their big awards when they're up for, because you want to know the backstories of these queens. You want to know where they came from. You want to know what brought them to this place and how they, how they're living and coping. And I was like, oh, yeah, I loved it. And to hear these stories, it's like, oh, man, it makes you think. For me, I was sitting here and I was like, you know what? If I had a son and he came to me and said, Mom, I want to be a drag queen, or Mom, I'm gay, knowing who I am as a person, knowing my background in life, I would just be like, you know what? Do you? What makes you happy? Even if I don't fully agree with your lifestyle, even if I don't fully understand it, as a parent, it's your job to nurture and make sure your children are happy regardless of what you think. And that bothered me that people are like, my parents just don't understand, and they don't want to understand, and they're not trying to understand. And I have to sneak around and do this. Like, my parents don't even know I'm here. They don't even know I'm a drag queen. And it's like, I would never want my child to feel like they can't tell me everything about their life. Like, I want you to be happy. And if your happiness is being a drag queen, be happy. I will help you go. I will take you to Sephora and we will go buy you some makeup. Like, I want you to be happy regardless of how I feel about it. I'll be like, we might have to take some baby steps on some things, but trust and believe your mama will come around. Your mama will get there with you. Just give me some leeway and I'll give you some leeway. That's how I feel. But I'm like, I just don't understand how parents will be like, throw it all away. I don't understand it. I can't personally understand it, but I feel so like touched when I hear these stories, and I want to be like hug all of them. Like, oh, I just want to hug you.
That was one thing about Mami Watta's story, was that it didn't seem like her mom was like angry at her or wanted to disown her. It felt like she still had like a lot of love and compassion for her son. But I think her prejudice comes from a place of fear and ignorance rather than of malice and hate. Religious
is a weird thing. And when you're deeply, deeply religious in things and you've been taught something your entire life, it's so hard to break away from that when you like, but I know what I've been taught, but just like, but I know who I love. And it's that back and forth. That's why I was like, I probably would be like, I love you. Let's compromise. Give me time to grow. I will let you be who you want to be. I'll grow with you. So we'll come to that place where I'll be able to fully accept all of your lifestyle. But I'm going to need some time to grow in that with you, because right now my brain is telling me what I've been taught my whole life. And now I have to recalibrate everything and be like, you know what? But this is my child. And I love my child, so I don't care what it is. I've been taught my child is who I love. So I got to give me some time to break down all of those walls. So, yeah, but
there was one moment, though, like it was a very serious moment. But there was one moment that kind of took me out of it, but it was because of the subtitles. I think it was Piche at one point. She says, "I'm not a hug, but I'll go and hug."
Yes.
I'm like, you're not a hug.
I'm not a hug. I'm not a hugger. But yeah,
she's not a hugger.
Well, everything you brought up, Lana, is exactly why Lana is not only our resident diva, but our resident ally.
Period.
Lana, say ally.
Ally.
We taught her that. We taught her that TikTok the other day.
Ally. I did not see that TikTok, so but now I'm here.
Any other thoughts on this moment, or shall we move to the fabulousness?
Before we get to this, whoa, okay.
Go ahead,
Will.
Again, I'm glad that we have like our allies and stuff. And at one point, I did kind of. I think I've mentioned this before, like around Sfadia when Fontana opened up about her conversion therapy story, but there has been like times where at one point, like a couple years back during my senior year of high school, where I thought about doing conversion therapy because I truly thought, oh, me being feminine and being queer is what's ruining my life right now or something. And now looking at me today, it's like, I'm glad that we have our allies and even our chosen family. So I literally feel bad for every single like artist or like queer person that doesn't have the support of their birth family. But then there's always like also the doors to open for them to have to find their chosen family and stuff. Bitch, I'm about to cry. I haven't cried since 15.
Don't
you
cry.
Just come back every time you're on here. You're crying now, and I do love it. You always come for the emotional episode.
Is this like Alyssa Bell era?
Oh my gosh!
But
we're glad
let's talk about
the
fabulous. Unless there's any other thoughts,
I'm ready for the fabulous because I don't want to start crying. I don't want to do it. So let's talk about the fabulous.
We might have some debates on this one too.
We might. I might have some debates on some of these, but let's go into it.
Our judging panel with special guest judge who didn't talk at all, Zahia.
She reacted though. She reacted.
She reacted. I was like, go ahead, Lana.
She's boring though. I will give you that. She was very boring as a guest judge. I was like, girl, but you know who she was like to me, who she reminded me of? Like a very subdued, very quiet Selena Gomez. Like I'm like the same thing. I was like, girl, You are a big French actress. They were all excited to see you. Give us something. I don't know who you are, but do something. Well, but maybe that's just her. Who knows?
It's like when for me, it kind of felt like when Gigi Hadid was on Drag Race. Like she didn't give a lot, but she looked great.
And I thought Gigi would have had this like ball of energy as well.
You know who did? Speaking of models, Winnie Harlow. She was great on Drag Race.
She was also really good on Legendary. She was really good on Legendary. She was really good on that as well. She was there on the episode where I've forgotten her name.
Lolita Leopard. Lolita Juicy.
Grabs I'm sorry.
Honey Balenciaga?
It was the episode. Yeah. She grabbed Michaela Lanvon's cake.
Like,
get over.
Oh yes, that was like
it was just Vinny and Leomi just like screaming.
Like, Leomi grabs her and is like, ah!
Okay, but they were better than this guest judge. I thought this was Luffy's twin for a second. Luffy from Belgium.
Oh my god,
formerly of Belgium.
Kind of.
She was just boring, but we move. She was
nice
boring.
wig, Nikki. Nice wig.
Yeah, and
Nikki looks incredible.
Hold on first.
Okay, what's the other woman's name? Daphne? Is that her name?
Daphne Burkey.
Okay, she tries too hard for me. I am just not a fan. I don't know what it is about her.
I knew we was gonna connect over.
I don't know what it is about her. Like it's something. I don't know. It's something about her that just. I'm just like. You are trying way too hard
to be looking so bad.
Right, either that or Michelle Visage. Like she's really trying so hard to be that it's coming off very unauthentic. And so I'm kind of like, I mean, I loved her dress. I like the reveal that she did when she came down the runway. I was like, that
she ate on the runway this week.
But she just tries too hard for me. I'm just not into her yet. I'm not into her yet.
What? Sorry, if I could just say, like, I will actually addendum to what you're saying. In that I agree, Daphne's trying too hard, and it comes off as her like trying to upstage Nikki just a tiny bit. And like you look at other like members of the judges panels like internationally, you have like Chiara Francini and Anna Locking, who are both known for wearing incredible outfits, but they don't upstage the host they're with, and that's important to me. Like if you look at what Kitty's wearing, Kitty looks fucking fantastic here, but he's not trying to like upstage Nikki. He's sorry, what pronouns does Kitty use?
Let me Google.
He, they?
He, they. Okay. But he's still in like his signature Star Wars. I don't feel like this is actually Daphne's style. However, I do love the fingers. I'll close out by saying, you know who would look really great in this? Robert Fuchs.
Oh, yeah.
Love Fuchs. On to my talking about Miss Daphne Burkey. Girl, I'm not gonna forgive you for how you were treating the girls on season 1. I still won't forgive you for how you treated Lolita on season 1. However, your look looks good tonight.
Dress is good. I just, like I said, I think it's more of what she does on the panel for me that I'm like.
I would even say, speaking of franchises coming soon, Khaled Karen and Jiggly on Philippines, I feel like along the lines of what you were saying, Eris, I feel like they operate in that exact same way. It's a little bit different, obviously, because Jiggly is Jiggly. But I feel like they both knew their place on the season, and that Paolo's the host. So, like, I hope that continues on season 2. Cast assessment coming soon, because the cast is coming soon. Oh, Lord Jesus, give us strength.
Oh, my God.
I like Kitty's shoes. Like, I enjoy them. Like, I would wear them.
Oh, Kitty's? Absolutely.
I'm in a size 12.
Right. Speaking, Will, of season 1.
Yes.
The queens of season 1 are back!
Yay. Oh.
I was thrilled.
Oh.
I was
knocked my webcam.
I was thrilled
I thought that was intentional.
But I was thrilled, but it almost served for me as a reminder that, almost anybody on season 2 could have made the top 5 in season 1.
Oh.
There's no lies detected.
Well, Mary.
No lies detected.
Wow.
And speaking of that, first up, La Keiona.
Love.
I forgot about her, but she went home too early.
She went home first.
I know, too early.
And deserved it.
Yeah.
She had potential.
What I will say, like, her talent show was possibly one of my least favorite internationally. However, this look, she is giving me like Cenobite warrior princess.
Mm-hmm.
It is so fucking sick. I love this, like, I don't know what material it is. It feels like plastic, but it looks like silk.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that's like flesh toned. It just looks like
it's silk organza.
It looks like one giant body modification. It is so extremely sick. And I love sculptural wigs, even though I cannot wear them myself because I roll around on stage like a tramp too much.
We know. Do we want to score these looks or just discuss them?
I think we just discussed. They're not important. Look, they're not the queens that we're here for.
They are very important, Lana.
They're not the queens we're here for.
Okay, but they are very important
on their looks. There was only like a couple that like I was like, ooh, I really like this.
I liked almost everyone.
I am back.
We did not ask you that. You could have just came. I was just playing. I'm just messing with you, Will. For real. I'm just messing with you.
I live.
Oh, but go ahead. You were saying.
Okay. At first, when I first saw this, like, I was gonna give it a chop, but looking back at it now, I don't mind it actually.
I don't mind it. It's not a bad look.
I really like it.
I enjoy this wig.
I love the nose ring. Oh, thumb scale. Yeah, I would give it a.
My thumb doesn't go straight, so I'm trying my best.
That's okay. I will give it a mid. It was middle for me.
Mid leaning.
Mid up. Yeah, mid up.
Right. For our audio listeners, because there are audio listeners. And
yes, we do. Our audio listeners. Actually 11.
I know.
We were moving up on France. I was like, we're moving up, period. So, but mid up for me, yes.
Yes. Work La Diva!
Love it.
Work La Diva!
Body, yaddy. Love it.
This is the best she's looked.
I really love this. My only thing is it's a little baggy around her waistline because she's got a tighter waist than this dress has. So if it was like pulled in at the waist, it would fit her like a fucking glove and it would look fantastic. But this is like, she could wear this to Miss Continental and I'm sure the judges would appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, did you see who will be competing in Miss Continental from Drag Race?
No, tell me.
The Countess.
Ooh.
She got first alternate at Queen of the North Continental.
Oh,
she is competing at Miss Continental.
Oh, wow.
So congratulations to her. On the topic of Lova La Diva, yes, ma'am.
Thumbs up for sure.
I love the shade of blue.
The shade of blue just does everything.
When I saw her
good wig.
That wig.
When I saw her come out, I was like, oh my fucking God, yes.
I'm a fan.
Yes.
And I still stand by her Jean Paul Gaultier dress.
La Brioche.
The best rack in France.
Yes.
I don't love the yellow at the bottom.
I don't either.
Everything else is pretty good. So
yeah, I'm with you with that. I'm like, that yellow at the bottom just threw me completely off. That's a mid.
I'm just happy to see her back.
Truly and genuinely and honestly.
I don't know if you discussed this on the first episode because I've not had the chance to watch our coverage of the first episode.
Wow, Eris.
Rude.
But did you know she voiced one of the Transformers in the latest Transformer movie in France?
What?
Yes, I did.
Gag.
It's the trans and Transformers. Come on.
Oh, it was mid for me. Sorry. Mid.
Un, deux, trois, cam.
Very good. I love this makeup.
I actually really like it.
I actually really like it.
It's the shade of pink, and it's like, I just love the makeup, but I want to know how she watched the talent show. Was she just like looking at the back of rhinestones the entire time?
Right, because her eye is so weird. But yeah, I thought she looked so cute.
Yeah. The only thing is I was expecting her to look the best of anybody. And so I was like slightly underwhelmed, but underwhelmed for Cam is still great. So
I was heavily underwhelmed. I was like, you come out in these big, beautiful gowns, and this is what you're giving us?
I mean, she don't want to sit in the big, beautiful gown while you're watching the talent show. She has to figure out an outfit that's good to sit in for this whole time. And that big, beautiful gown would not have been comfortable.
Then maybe a big, beautiful jumpsuit, maybe?
This is
I like
beautiful.
this. That's beautiful. I love the eyes. I like the
fine.
her eye makeup. Her eye makeup matches her eye
I'll take
makeup on the dress, on the shirt. Like, I love that. I love that. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Hands, thumbs up for me.
Ellipse.
Beautiful capes. Beautiful capes.
I was like, isn't this her finale look from last season?
Probably.
Oh, absolutely. Didn't know. You don't show up on no.
No, it's not the same thing.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say.
Her arms felt
Lana just turned her thumb all the way down. She was like, no.
No, but I didn't
It's
see her
similar.
finale look last.
It's similar, a
but-
different color.
Okay, so I
and
will
this
do
time there's a
the
wig.
mid.
And this time there's a wig.
I was the mid halfway going
The
towards
makeup I loved.
Mm-hmm.
I love the color palette as well. I love this red velvet color along with like the black lace.
Mhm.
Hey, she's got
I just
like
hate the
wrestling
shoes.
makeup on, huh?
She does. She
I just
does
hate the
have some
shoes.
real good. If she was a wrestler, that makeup would be awesome.
Yeah.
Period.
Shoes are a little bit of a cack shoe moment.
La Big Berta.
Oh, is that her panty
She looks
show?
all right.
Yeah.
That's my girl. I'm glad she's back.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not.
Co-recipient of several people's favorite lip sync of 2022. Go watch that video.
Yeah, it's a mid for me.
Yep.
It's fine.
Not much to say about it.
Not much.
I'm happy to see her.
I'm happy to see her again. This is a La Brioche. La Big
I'm so
Berta
sorry.
and a La Brioche and a Someone Abuse stand account and defense account.
Bro.
I'm ready to get to my top 4, whom I love.
Next.
Oh my god, who is this?
I know her. I
Oh
know
my
her.
God.
Oh my god, I know her. I
It's the
know
girl from
her.
Just Dance.
I don't know a lot of people, but I know her.
I don't mind this one.
Yay, Lana!
I know her. I was like, but her look was kind of meh.
This is fine.
Look,
Fine.
I'm gonna say she's saving all of her good looks.
Oh,
for
baby, she got a
Mexico.
show to do. She got a show to
Oh,
do. She ain't got
all of her
time.
good looks are on Drag Race Mexico.
Yeah, those are incredible.
She's not gonna come
She
here.
was saving up.
She's not giving y'all her
Especially on a
best
franchise that did her so dirty. No.
period.
This bitch
But
really
you know what?
Go ahead, Eris.
No, you go ahead, Will. You were talking before me.
Miss La Lolita Banana showed up to this and be like, you know what? I got my own franchise. I'm gonna say my good looks for there. Y'all treated me dirty, especially you, Daphne. I'm gonna just, do something a little simple. But at the end of the day, I'm better than all of y'all, especially you, Ellipse.
You know what?
And-
I got my franchise.
We clocked the red bottom, so
Eris, what were you saying?
What I will say, as far as cocktail dresses go, this was fucking fabulous. And the
absolutely.
stonework must have taken fucking ages. So I don't care if it's too simple. I think it is. What's that thing they were saying about fucking Kylie Jenner wearing that ugly shoe the other day? It is a class of sophistication with an air of casualness or some shit.
I will say this about Lolita, because since I didn't watch the season 1, so I don't know, but y'all say she was done dirty by this franchise. So I feel like I will repeat the same things that I said about Clover Beach on España when she came back for the reunion and the finale. She was like, "Look, whatever, I'm here. This is the best you go get because I do not have time to waste my money and my time getting all dressed up and glammed up and putting on my best gowns for you, people who do not respect me. So you go get this simple black dress that I pulled out and it's got some beads on it and it's got some colors on it. And that's it. That's what Lolita said. I will give you the simple black dress with a little bit of poof. And that's it. Don't worry about
a little bit of stonework.
Alexis Michelle went blind stoning this.
Right. She was like, she was like, and then she gave him the red bottoms just to show I'm rich, bitch, and you're not.
Like, I've got that Drag Race Mexico money, and what? And the real woman Paloma.
Actually, I don't know if she had the Drag Race Mexico money yet.
It don't matter. Look,
maybe this is the Just Dance. Maybe this is the Just Dance money that she got for doing Sissy That Walk.
Oh, it is the Just Dance money. You're right.
She was waiting for the invoice to come in.
Yeah, no, Lana, she was literally in Just Dance last year.
Oh,
like as a dancer.
And so was Keiona.
And so was Keiona.
Well, all right then. So there we go.
We love it.
We here for that.
And then I had to pull a screenshot of the top 3 together because none of them had full body shots that were shown in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And neither did La Keiona, which is why she didn't get one. But yes, from left to right, La Grande Dame, our winner, Paloma, and the person we all care about the most, Sara Muse.
Okay.
All three looks get a thumbs up from me.
Yeah,
They all look great.
Grand
They all
Dame
look
was my
great.
favorite look of the night, though. I love.
Oh,
this.
really?
I loved
It's
it.
cute.
Yeah, I think the what you say her name was? And
La
La
Grande
Grand
Dame.
Dame.
yeah, that was the look of the night for me too. She looked amazing, and I was like, that's so cute.
I love
And
that it was a Keith Haring reference as well, I believe.
Yes, it is.
so cute.
Paloma
Yeah.
looks great.
The Great Lady, as the subtitles later refer to her.
Oh my god, literally, they just refer to her as the Great Lady.
Oh gosh. Okay. Subtitles.
But yes,
Oh
I
my
agree with you, Will.
God.
Paloma looks fantastic.
Paloma looks
Yeah.
fantastic. Again, I was a Soa defender all season. However, Paloma was her biggest competition.
I will also say Paloma looks like Jessica Rabbit going to Roger's funeral.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It was very, and I feel like what's the one on the end?
Sara de Muse.
So what it means.
She was like, "Here we are. I am here. I give you my best power suit, and I am amazing." It's
It's very
amazing.
reminiscent of her entrance look, which I also enjoyed.
And the
I
motherfucker,
just
and the
realized
motherfucker,
that.
you got money.
Yeah, no,
Period.
Soa is my favorite look of the night,
She's-
just because.
oh.
Sorry, I'm a Sara de Muse defender.
Yeah.
Like, and I also think her look was phenomenal. Her makeup, everything, boom.
Yeah, they
But-
all look. This three looks amazing.
For-
Like if they would stand on stage together, like for something else, I was like, "Oh, they're
If
amazing."
Lolita had been next to La Grande Dame, I would have just cut the four of them together, but she wasn't.
Right.
And so I was like,
Weird.
huh? But for La Grande Dame fans, maybe it's not the last you've seen of her.
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
I would love to see her again.
I would like to
Who
close,
knows?
I would like to close this out by saying Paloma's outfit was giving me interesting angular movements.
Thank God you're back to do that because we have not been doing it recently. So.
We've done it.
There's not been
It's
enough
been
pointy
few and
drag.
far-
Not enough though.
There's been a
I
time.
mean, this is the originator of interesting angular movements here. So
Amen. I'm here for it. Talent show.
they said we're gonna scalp y'all bitches and make Keiona go first.
Baby, when they said Keiona was coming out first, I was like, "Oh, y'all finna just snatch everybody's wigs from the top, like bam!" And did she deliver? Were we not entertained? Because baby, I was.
Okay. In the words of American poet, laureate, and mother of ballroom, Leomi.
Literally.
Needed
To be done.
Period.
As someone who is like a long time obsessor of a ballroom, the moment Keiona was like rumored to the cast, I was like, she better fucking Vogue down for her
And
talent
she
show.
did. She woke
And
up
she
with the talent
did.
show and the mini challenge.
I did a dip in my drag performance last night, and I was watching it back earlier. I was like, oh, that was a pretty good one for me. And then I watched Keiona doing dips. I was like, fuck me, I need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
She looks so good. Like this picture right here is embodying all the power that is Keiona.
That's why I pulled it.
It was
I could put that
so
up.
good. It was because like at first, when they were getting ready in the workroom and she was fixing her pink wig, I was like, "Is that gonna be the only? Is that gonna be her wig?" I was worried. I was like, "No, I don't want you to come out in that pink wig. I need you to. I don't want that to be the wig. I don't want it to be." But then she came out with the black wig, and I was like, "Oh, great."
Thank God.
Period. Thank God. And then when she did that thing and flipped it off, I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense to me now. Like I was so happy. She looks so good, and her voguing, you just can't deny why she is the queen of the ballroom. Why she is amazing and legendary and all of that.
She said she was the. She said she was like the first person in ballroom to do like actual Vogue on God Grace, and I'm here for that.
Yeah, she was literally the first actual like ballroom representative.
Literally,
on
and I'm
Drag
here
Race.
for this. I'm here for this. she was, you know, we already got a little glimpse of it when she was doing her little moves and duck walking a bit during the mini challenge, looking like a panda and stuff. But once we got to the performance, I was like, I live.
Who did that? Who did that?
Oh, sorry, that might have been me trying to get back onto my monitor. My monitor keeps cutting to black, and then I keep like clicking it, trying to fix things.
Usually it's me doing that. That's why I was wondering. I was like, did I do that?
I was like,
I don't do that.
It's just my HDMI cable.
No, I mean, she did what needed to be done.
Yeah.
Point blank and the period, she did what be done.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it. Go ahead, David.
Well, okay. Look, I love Keiona. I do. For me, there should have been 7 tops tonight, including Keiona, because I thought 7 of them were really good.
7 tops is too many.
I know. Obviously, that wouldn't be realistic.
And this is the only scenario where 7 tops is too many.
But for me, for 80% of us here, we've seen Keiona do exactly what she did in this talent show. We've seen her do some of it better on Legendary. So I think I was just hoping to be a little more surprised by her talent. I wanted to see something maybe voguing to a different level or something that we don't know that she can do. But I did like it. I just wanted to be surprised.
Were you expecting her to do old way? Like,
I don't know. I wanted to be surprised. Like, if she could sing, I would have been like, wow. I don't know. It was very good.
I think I tend to, I don't know. I think I understand exactly what you're saying because, again, 80% of us saw her on Legendary. I think the thing is, had she done anything other than voguing, she probably would have been put in the bottom, and they would have been like, bitch, why the fuck didn't you vogue?
Well, not if she did it well. But
I'm just saying, if she didn't do it well, though? Trying new things at a moment of a competition when you're not sure how great you are.
If she doesn't have other talents that she can do well, I would not want her to do anything else. I just was hoping that there was something else that she could pull out of the hat. But I do want to go ahead and say this because I know people might not like it if I'm being critical of Keiona anyway, but I don't think it does her any service if I'm gonna be praising her like nonstop, even if she's not meeting my expectations of her. She's still doing great. She still is easily one of my favorite people this season. She still is who I think is going to win the season. I just want to give her the respect of being honest. So that's all it is.
I mean, I'm not going to be 100% critical of her all the time. We'll talk about her runway, but like, I get where you're coming from.
Maybe I would just like note, I don't want to say I agree with David because I don't agree completely. I think maybe what I might say is I would have loved to have seen more stunts, like more of the stunting element of voguing in this. But then again, she had 2 minutes.
But that's what I was about to say.
But it was a lot of, I rewatched it today. It was a lot of like walking back and forth. And then she would do a stunt and then she would walk back and forth. So I'm like, maximize your 2 minutes, girl.
For me, she didn't win the challenge. I'll say that as well. Like for me, she wasn't my winner of the week. And we'll talk about it. But I do still think she did fantastic.
She was mine too, by the way.
She was definitely mine, but
fair.
That's fair.
Fair and understandable for sure.
I mean, not that there wasn't other people who wasn't really, really good, but I just felt like to have the position of opening this show, doing what she did, bringing the house all the way down. Everybody else had to step up their game to match, to get there. She raised that bar. So I feel like if the person who raised the bar and everybody else just got to the bar, I feel like everybody got to the bar. I don't think anybody surpassed the bar. I think everybody got to the bar.
I do.
I don't.
Me too.
I mean, I feel like people were good, but I don't think they surpassed the bar.
I love it.
But lovely.
Well, we must move on from Keiona because there are 9 other people to discuss. And the first of those is Punani doing...
She was so funny. She was so freaking funny to me.
This was goofy.
I actually was laughing the entire time at this foolishness and nonsense and goofiness that was Punani. Was it so great? Well, I'm like, oh my gosh. No, but I laughed. And that does something for me. When a drag queen can make me laugh, I'm here for it.
It was so stupid. It was so... The fact that she had a body double on for a talent show made me laugh so...
I was like, did Rose sneak on set and be her body double?
Oh.
Well, we didn't see who the body double was.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't see
You're
that.
good.
No, sorry. Let me look at that because I'm full screen. You know,
You're
I go full
good.
screen.
Don't worry.
What? Okay. I'm sorry. People, audio people, and people. It's some notes being passed around and I didn't read it, so I was very much out of the loop. Oh, we're starting with Will. Okay, Will, you'll start the discussions and then we'll go around. Thank you, because I had no idea.
I totally forgot for like 5 seconds. My ADHD like clocked in. This was so goofy. At first I was like, okay, what is she gonna do? It's like, this is us seeing Punani, you know, just by herself because Rose is gone. I was like, oh, this is fucking hilarious. It is so stupid, but like in the best way possible. And then you had like the body double, of course. I was like, oh my God, why is there a body double? I was like, oh my God, she knows how to do the splits. Yes, come on, Punani. And I was like, oh, that's not her. Never mind.
Go what the body double was Rose.
What if the body double was Rose? Maybe this could be a Sammy and Amy situation like in Total Drama.
Eris, it's your turn.
Oh, is it me?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of already said my piece, but this was like so goofy. I loved it. It was just dumb camp humor, and that's like kind of what I love because that's what the York drag scene is about. It's just chaos and stupidity. Take a shot every time I say York, but I love.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I loved everything about it. I think she did really, really fucking well. And it was just the bending of both the the fake legs. And then when one half of it was laying out from behind the table and the other half was laying that way, and she just like stretched. It was so dumb.
I relinquished my time because I already spoke. Logan.
You're fine. No, I really enjoyed this. I truly thought it was her and just like she had like fake legs and was moving them. I didn't realize until the end that it was a body double. I just thought it was like realistic fake legs that she was moving, and then I was like, oh wait, no, there's an actual person. That just makes it funnier.
Well, the first part was a doll.
Yeah, they were fake legs at first.
The first part was a doll.
No, I know there was a blow up doll, but when she did the legs and she was like extended, I thought those were fake legs. I think the reason she wasn't in the top was the runway, which we'll discuss. But I think for the talent show, I thought she did great.
I agree. She was one of my 7 tops for the night. She surprised me. It started off a little predictable. We've seen the leg thing a lot on Drag Race, but then she ducked down and she threw up this blow up doll, and I lost my mind laughing. I had to rewind that because my friends missed it. And then with the body double, I did not for a second think that was anybody but her. So it was just hilarious. She really surprised me. She made me laugh. She did great. I loved it.
Work. Oh, poor baby Vespi.
Will.
This poor baby.
I loved her look last week. It was giving I have some positives about Vespi that I forgot to bring up earlier. Her bee look was amazing. It gave me very much a combination of like
it's not a bee, it's a wasp.
Okay, the wasp look, but it did remind me of the wasp chick from like Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir, that show, which also is set in France. And then the wasp look also was kind of giving me "Where's my beehive?" You know, very much the Mugler bee outfit. Now let's get on to this week. I was interested at first until the disco ball fell apart. Oh, poor baby. Imagine doing so well last week and then this happens. And now you got people online comparing her to Starlet, being like, I would have never expected the fashion queen would flop on episode 2 and go home early. I mean,
I made that comparison.
I wouldn't say that about Starlet because I thought she should have went home week 1. Well, actually, no. Let me rephrase that. Well, you're fashionable, however, your talent.
Eris.
So,
Go ahead, Eris.
As soon as I saw the disco ball, I knew that it was going to come apart because I've seen a queen in the UK do this very stunt before, except she did it with like a red ball made out of tulle. Ruby Boy, who is a fantastic advocate for the trans community. If you didn't know, she was part of a trans counter protest in Lincoln that happened outside Primark a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, so as soon as I saw the bobblehead, I was like, oh, she's going to pull that apart. When she first came out, I was like, oh, this is really high concept and really interesting. I can't kind of wait to see what's going to happen. Now, I was spoiled about her elimination before watching the episode, so like going there, I was like knowing something bad was going to happen. When the disco ball kind of fell apart, but not properly, I was like, oh, it's not too bad. I don't see why she would get sent on for that. And then I was just kind of watching the rest of the performance as she was like biting parts of this fake pink flesh off. It was a great and interesting concept. However, I don't think it works for a Drag Race talent show. And as someone who loves like conceptual drag, like I was excited to see it, but I don't think for television it works. This would go down like fucking amazing in a bar because you would pull one panel off and everyone would be like, oh my god, yes. Ah! But no, for TV, I think you either need to have like a really outstanding talent, like singing, dancing, or you need to be really, really funny. For the Drag Race talent show formula, at least, or you need to do something completely unexpected, and have it go completely correct. But I'm going to quickly mention this just whilst it's still on me. She is the spitting image of another queen I know from the UK, and every time it pans to her, it really weirds me out. She looks a lot like a queen called Generica from. Jenny, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I have no clue where you live. But she looks a lot like one of my good friends, Generica. And every time I'm seeing her, I'm like, hold on, wait, is that Jen?
Love it.
I felt bad for Vespi because I had such high hopes for Vespi after last week. I was like, oh, she's going to be amazing. Oh, she's going to be great. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. Like, that was the one thing that just kept, I was like, she's so pretty. But I think once the disco ball fell apart, she just couldn't recover, and it was kind of like it just went. Because at the beginning, I was very much intrigued. Like when they brought her out and she started, and I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." But then once she got off the belt, the dolly or whatever, and it fell apart, she just couldn't recover, and then I didn't get the whole panels being removed. I'm like, what's that for? But okay, cute, I guess.
She's revealing her flesh into her glitter body.
I guess. I mean, it's okay. It just didn't translate. I agree with Envy. Oh, Eris. It just didn't translate on TV. I call him Envy because
Where's
I just really. I'm gonna call him Envy from this point.
As long as you call me,
I'll call you. But yeah, I just felt like. It just didn't translate. It didn't translate to TV. It didn't translate to the audience that she wanted to, what she was trying to do or what she was trying to say. So, I get it.
Idea 10. Execution 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
I was confused after the disco ball came off. I was like, I feel like if you're going to reveal into your glitter flesh, which I guess is the idea that she had, I guess, I don't even know, I would have been more frantic about it. Like, I would have been, like, ripping it off just, like, frantically instead of she was just like, and it's like, right. I don't.
Right.
I'm disappointed.
Very disappointed.
I'm mad and sad. David.
So for me personally, I don't know about you all, but I was not holding the malfunction of the headpiece. Mistakes happen. It's just a part of life. I did not want to focus on that. For me, there were two things that I was going to judge her on. First of which is, how do you recover from this? And I do not think she recovered well at all. Honestly, based on what we saw, she could have just taken it off then. Like, she didn't need to wait. She walked around awkwardly holding it, and that really detracted from the performance for me. And the second thing I was judging her on is, how would I have liked it if she did not have a malfunction at all? It still would have been just okay for me. It set an expectation for us that something really cool was going to happen, and it just never did. It was fine. So for me, yeah, she was clearly one of my bottom two of the night.
Yeah.
I think the mid-set improvisation skills that didn't happen are a testament to the fact that she is a newer drag queen.
Right.
And like she may not have as much stage awareness of when things go wrong.
Just roll with it.
A more seasoned entertainer would. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, I feel like she would have just taken it off when it broke. It would have been fine. And then she could have used that more time to frantically take off the pieces. And it's like, we could have got all the pieces off instead of 2 pieces. It's just...
But I do love this face thing. That she looked really cool.
Yeah, she
her
looks
flipper
cool.
was great.
But yeah.
Sara Forever.
Gagged.
Wow, it's not my turn.
I was gagged.
Will.
I was like, what is going on? Why is she like fluffing her wig? Like, I was like, what? I was like, this looks like a purple version of Cam Hughes' hair from last season when she was out of drag. I was like, what is this purple honey Balenciaga unit?
Be still, baby. Be still, baby.
You're not wrong, though.
Very, like, she was like very with it. I was like, oh, I'm living for this. She started singing and stuff, and it was like, again, she's an interesting character to watch. I would like to peek inside her mind. You know, I wonder what's going on in there. She seems very goofy and very spectacular, and of course, very fashionable as well. This is kind of like how a bunch of people felt about Jimbo, I guess. Because Jimbo is somebody that when you first saw them, you don't know what's gonna happen with them. I feel like Sara Forever is like that, except I guess she's more likable. Personally, for me.
Will.
I'm kidding.
No, you're not, but I think it's true. I do think she's more likable because there's a lot of discourse with Jimbo, but we like Jimbo.
We like Jimbo.
We like Jimbo.
We have our moments, but Sara Forever is like, ooh, I think she might be in my top 3 at some point.
Period, as she is. And okay, I'm sorry. I'm my time.
I love you. I really like this. It was just, I was watching it and I was I'm going to be honest, by the time I got to the talent show, I was kind of checking my phone every now and then, and I just look up and I see Sara singing, and she's just like doing all of this shit with her hair, which, by the way, I can't do to this mullet because I have a very big forehead, and if I move it in any which way, you're gonna think I've got a receding hairline.
But you do, Blanche. You do.
No, but I love that, like, when she took all these wigs off and she had the Suri special on top of her head.
You're rotted for that.
Oh my god.
Thorns don't last forever.
But yeah, it was such a silly number and it was so camp. I'm really intrigued by her because I first within 5 minutes of the first episode, I was like, oh, this girl's an early boo. Like, I don't know why, I just didn't get a good energy from her for the first 10-15 minutes of the premiere. And then as we progress into episode 2, I'm like, oh, this girl's got everything. She's got really good looks. She's really talented. And she's got a stupid sense of humor and likable personality, which is the perfect recipe for a Drag Race superstar. If I was any of the other girls, Sara would be the ones I would want to keep my eye on. She'd be the ones whose bra straps I'm cutting.
I mean, it was mentioned on the runway by the judges that Sara is somebody they ought to look out Chapter. And I will say, I am so happy I have Sara Forever in my draft because she's amazing. I thought she was going to sing the whole time. I was like hoping that we would get some operatic from Sara.
Oh, come on, boys.
But you know, she gave us a little bit at the beginning, and I was like, okay, all right, she gonna sing. And then she stepped away from Mike. I was like, oh, okay, she gonna lip sync. But it was still good. And I can't stop doing this because baby, it's something about this wig thing that she was doing that I just love. And Sara Forever will forever wear my favorite colors on this run. Oh my God, Eris. I can't. I just looked up and was like, what?
Girl, now I look like her out of drag.
Oh gosh.
You're giving Blue Hydrangea out of drag 2023.
Oh my.
You take that back.
But yeah, she forever wears my favorite colors in the show. Like, she loves a good purple and a pink look, and she does it so well. I am very happy with Sara Forever. I think she's going to be around here forever. I definitely can feel top 3 energy from Sara Forever. So unless something crazy, stupid happens and she has the most horrific night, I don't see Sara Forever going anywhere in this competition.
She's giving a level of kooky and zany that we've seen in very few Drag Race contestants, and honestly, the only 2 I can relate her to right now are Tammy Brown and Katya.
Yes.
Like, she's giving that level of kooky, zany, but still glamour, and like I'm truly obsessed with her. This was not my favorite performance of the night. I do agree that she should have been in the top.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like 2 strong weeks in a row for Sara Forever. I'm very, very excited to see what she brings. I'm biased. I love purple. But yes, I just think she's remarkable. Really. Love.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to make a Jimbo comparison, but Will beat me to it. So if Mother Keiona is my winner prediction, then Sara Forever is my dark horse. Could steal it from her.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, like, if I had to put my money down, one of those 2 is winning the show. But it's early. Mm-hmm. But for me, her talent was being an entertainer.
Yes.
It encompassed a lot of things. And those were my favorite talents of the night. The ones that showed I can do a little bit of everything. She started off with the singing. Then she went into camp. She showed us she can dance. She can actually move.
Mm-hmm.
Then she just made us laugh. She did some really like interesting quick reveals with her outfit. She just gave everything. So she could have easily won this night for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's a trained dancer.
Okay.
She talked about it in her Meet the Queen. She's a trained dancer. So I'm very excited for any of the dance-based challenges that we see. The overall thing, it was giving Alyssa Edwards on All Stars 2 during the talent show. Alyssa Edwards, talent, variety. And that's just how I felt about this whole performance.
Yes.
And that's what it is to be an entertainer for me, is you have to give me everything. And I feel in this competition, you have to show, like, not that I didn't get what you meant earlier with Keiona, David, but I get what you're saying. And it's like, yes, we know she can ball, she can vote. We know that. What else do you have? Now, if that's all you have, then you make it spectacular every time you do it. It needs to be like the best thing. And I feel like with Sara, she's showing us like, I have more than just what you think I have. I can sing, I can dance, I could, I got looks for days. I'm funny. So she gave us all her 2 minutes. She utilized her 2 minutes. I think maximized her 2 minutes better than Keiona did. I agree with you on that, because she showed every part of what she could do. Mm-hmm. And I love that.
And when the judges were like, Sara, you're someone to look out for, that camera panned and you saw Keiona just going.
Yes, she knows. And good for her for acknowledging.
You need to have self-awareness about what your competition is. You need to know. You know who's better and who's giving you a run for your... Because you know your worth, you see other people's worth. And you're like, okay, girl.
Absolutely.
And I did want to mention one thing that I really liked about this was the fact that she was doing that operatic singing, and then she stepped away from the mic, and that's when the track clicked on, and it was the perfect illusion that she was still singing. So I love that she did it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Ginger bitch, I have to say at the top, and I'll cut it to you in a second. This is the only and best and most successful stand-up comedy routine on a drag race variety show ever, and I stand by that statement.
Oh,
I stand by it too. We've had plenty of unsuccessful stand-up moments. We've had Jasmine Masters, unfortunately.
TKB.
My TKB.
This Derek Barry. Who else? A few Espana girls, I think. Brittany Van Buttocks. In Belgium.
Somebody did it in the UK recently, right? Or am I making that up?
I don't remember.
Never mind.
Did it for a talent show?
I could be wrong.
But I think looking back at the Royal Command, nobody did stand up. But yeah, I have to agree. This was a great stand up routine. We witnessed like stand-up routines not doing so well on this show. I could have sworn there was a girl who recently flopped doing stand-up.
We don't need to go down memory lane. We just need to talk about Ginger Bitch.
Yeah, Ginger Bitch, 8 down. I think she was very funny. She was very goofy. At this point, take a shot every single time I say goofy. I don't know. Just something about France and Nikki Doll that brings out the goofy in me for some reason. Mainly because Logan and I have been saying goofy a lot for the past couple of weeks. Shit. It was great. Boom. Good job. Glad she was at the top. Eris.
I want to start off by saying I love this outfit because she looks like she runs a brunch show like the fucking Navy. She hosts the meanest brunch in Tallahassee. You know it. In this fucking outfit.
In Tampa.
In Tampa, Florida.
Shout out to Don.
It was started off a little weak for me. I was like, oh no, Ginger, don't F this up. I don't want you to go. And then as she got along, she started grilling everyone. I was like, oh, she knows what she's doing. Like when she said, last season we had Le Grand Dame, and this season we just have me, and she made a joke about her weight.
That lady.
The fat lady. You made me laugh so much.
Isn't it also because they're both from Nice?
Yeah, they are both from the same city.
Nice.
And then
nice.
He also said, "Oh, look how Keiona made it to
That's why you're my husband."
I was just like Keiona made it to a second episode. Well done.
I screamed
when it cut to Nikki. Nikki was just like, it was so good, and doing stand up in such a short period of time is difficult, and to do it successfully, oh, she really delivered. I don't have any notes, honestly. She was one of my favorites this week.
Okay, so here's my notes for Ginger. I love a comedian who can do comedy and make references, even though I don't know what they are. I still find them funny, because for somebody like me who did not watch last season, don't know these other queens that she's roasting, her comedy made sense. It was like, I understood she was talking about the girl who got out first. She didn't see the second episode, so she wouldn't know what the second episode looked like. So it made sense when she was talking about how her being the only plus size queen here this season, they can only afford her because the other queens from last season ate all the cholesterol points and whatever. And I was like, that makes sense because it's 2 plus size queens on the last season and she's the only one this season. So her joke just made sense. So I was like, Ginger, 3. Sorry, it was 3. But Ginger was like, it just made sense to me. And I was like, I don't have to watch the season to know what you're talking about. And I appreciate that. And it was just so funny. I do agree at the beginning, I was a little concerned, but her confidence grew as she started talking and was getting the laughs. But I think that's the case in a lot of comedians who are just starting or, you know, aren't used to being on stage for stand-up. But I agree. She is like, if I was hosting a drag brunch, I would want her to be the MC because I think she would do the most spectacular job with keeping the room going, entertaining the crowd, roasting people as she went. She would be that perfect MC for a brunch or a show or anything because I feel like she'd just be funny, and you need that when you're doing a show because you got the performers. They're gonna perform and they're gonna do their job. You need somebody to keep it moving, keep it light, keep it happy, keep it popping, and I think she would do a great job. She just has that old soul feel, which she is old because us old broads, we just do that thing. That's just, you just have to know. And I loved it. I was very much happy. I was like, Ginger, didn't I pick you? Did I? I didn't. I wish I did if I didn't, because I love her.
No, you did.
I see, makes sense to me because that's why I loved it so much.
The point you made about her being an old soul was the exact point I was going to make. Like, if you had told me, if I didn't know that she had only been doing drag for 3 years, I would have figured, oh, she's been doing this like 10, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the level of hosting ability and like the chops that she has that she demonstrated here. I will say I absolutely agree with what Nikki said. There were moments where I was like, your delivery wasn't 100% of the way there.
Mm-hmm.
There, you could tell what jokes she was very confident about and which jokes she was like, I'm not as sure about these. And you could tell because of the way she delivered them. Mm-hmm. And some of them, she would almost like retreat back into herself a little bit. If she wasn't super confident about a joke, she'd say it and then be like, oh, like retreat a little bit is kind of the only way to describe it, really. But I do think she did a great job. She looks amazing. I was really, really happy. I'm very happy that they gave her a top spot because they easily could have done a top 3 of Keiona, Sara, and we'll talk about Piche here in a second. But I'm very happy that they gave her a spot in the top and gave her the flowers that she rightly deserved for this challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was one of my 7 tops for the night. It did take me a second viewing to truly appreciate this. Mm-hmm. And I think part of that is, so with stand-up, it really all comes down to how you're delivering it. And she's delivering it in a different language that I do not understand. Mm-hmm. So I'm hearing that, but at the same time, I'm reading text that has no delivery behind it on the bottom. Mm-hmm. So there's a bit of a disconnect trying to match the two up. Mm-hmm. And so it did not fully work for me in the first viewing. And I'll admit I was confused. I'm like, why is she in the top? But on the second viewing, I was like, okay, I appreciate this. Like, there's some actual good jokes there. And they probably would work very well if I spoke French, especially based on how the audience was eating it up. So I thought she did a great job. I still don't know that I would have put her in a top 4 if we're doing 4 tops, but I'm glad she's getting her flowers, especially when I thought she might be kind of mistreated by this group of judges and out early. So I'm glad she's getting flowers.
Would you put her in your top 7 though?
Oh yeah, mm-hmm. She's one of my 7 tops.
Yeah, he said that.
She might be number 7, but still.
Mm. Wow.
Okay.
Oh
no, this Jesus. Okay, this. Baby, it's not my turn. Not my turn.
Yeah, Kitty has bumped down to maybe top 7 for me after this, and Sara has taken her 3rd spot. I was rooting for her, and this is okay, I guess. Actually, most of it, for the most part, it was just giving me.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, I like Kitty. However, I kind of was a bit bored from her. I was like, okay, yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I love her down, but
I want to root for Kitty's success so much. I'm gonna be completely honest. I remember nothing about her performance other than like the Got Talent buzzer going off and her like fondling the pit crew boys. absence of a performance, really. I didn't enjoy it. And I think Kitty's someone who's got spectacular aesthetics and knows who she is as a visual artist. I'm just waiting for her to find herself as a performer, I feel. There's not really much more I can say.
Yeah, I was very much confused by this talent. I was like, I get it, but I don't get it. I wanted so much more from Kitty Space. I feel like we might be lost in translation with Kitty Space. I feel like she's in a world of Kitty Space world, and I'm not privy to understand that world. But I feel like she has so much potential. I agree with you, Eris. Visually, she's a great visual artist. I feel like her runway saved her this week, because if her runway was bad, I think she would have been right back at the bottom, because everybody was confused by this. And I want to love her because I think she's got so much potential and so much talent, but she has to find the balance that's going to make what she does translate to everybody. And it just seems like she's in the world of her own. She's in Kitty Space world. She's in space, but we are not privy to it. And you have to allow us in your world, or at least make it manageable so we can understand what's going on in your world. But this one was very confused. Only thing I remember is the pit crew picking her up and sitting her down, and buzzers. Yeah.
Speaking of the pit crew, where was the big boy from last episode?
We can't have a big boy. We can't have a big boy every week. They have more pit crews people.
And honestly, just to she add to what you said, Lana, I don't even think it's like she's being lost in translation, because I don't think she's succeeding in French either. She needs to find herself as an artist, a performance artist. Like I've said, great visuals, but she needs the performing chops, I feel.
She should have been in the bottom.
Agreed.
She should have been in the bottom. I don't think
the bottom as in
bottom 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love Kitty. Let me make that very clear. I think she's wonderful. I love her visuals. I think she's fantastic. Getting lifted and thrown around the stage is not a talent. The pit crew did more in her talent show than she did. And when they're doing more, and when my focus is on them and not you, that's a problem.
Pit crew, congratulations, you're the winner of this week's challenge.
No, because the big boy wasn't there. But no, I was disappointed. Again, when the pit crew is doing more than you in your talent show, that's an issue.
Yeah.
That's fair. So for me, I had my clear top 7 of the night.
Yes,
Kitty was definitely in it. No, I'm kidding. But I had my clear top 7. For me, I had a clear bottom 2. Kitty was perfectly in between those two spaces. For me, she was not at all in the top 7 and not at all in the bottom 2. She was the safe for me, which meant I guess she should have been the low placement. So I was actually very shocked when she was not in the bottom 3 because, like I've said, I've known most Drag Race franchises to take the maxi challenge and judge completely off of that and not account for runway. I thought she was fine in the challenge. She seemed a little goofy. I'm glad that we got to see kind of a silly side from her, which she seemed pretty serious up to this point. And she looked really good in it. So I wasn't mad at it. It just didn't excite me at all. So that's all.
Well, in the words of American Poet Laureate Jasmine Masters, bitch, just because of that gown, you're safe as fuck.
Mami Watta.
I don't give a fuck. I kind of enjoyed this performance. Did she miss most of her words? Yes. But was this a good piece of performance art to my eyes? Also, yes. Do I fear that they're going to probably pick on her this season like how they picked on Selma and Lolita last season? Kind of. Mami Watta is like, we're living in Mami Watta's world. This is Mami Watta's world, and we're just living in it. I'm glad that she wasn't lip syncing. Thank God. I didn't mind it. If it was like maybe a top top 4 and bottom 4, she definitely would be bottom 4. Like two lows and like 2 bottoms. Eris?
I felt like this was safe. I mean, I really like the intent and thought behind this performance. I don't think it deserved to be in the bottom. I mean, I didn't really realize she was missing her words, but that's because my attention span was like a gnat at this point. That's not to say I don't pay attention. I'm just having one of those days where I was struggling to focus. What I will say, this is like a super niche critique of this performance. As we can see her stood here, I feel like her performers needed more tulle on their outfits, which is not any fault of her own because those were probably just made by production for her. But if you're going to recreate Nina West's iconic gown from Continental, wait, was it Continental or EOY? Logan,
I think it was EOY.
EOY. Yeah, iconic like moving gown from EOY. It needs to be done perfectly, but that's not her fault, so that's no score against her. What I will say is I hated this wig.
Oh?
I would have loved, for this performance, I really would have loved to see her in like an Afro-textured wig.
I thought this would have been like one of your wigs.
Just because it's fried. Don't be rude.
I love you, Eris.
You should have seen the state of my wig after I left my gig last night. Jesus, I was doing so much hair whipping that when I took it off, it was like just a mangled ball of red and orange hair. Yeah, I don't have any other thoughts other than I love her and I want to see her succeed. And if Daphne Berkey comes to her, I will find you, Daphne.
Send me a plane ticket because I'll get head too.
I'll just swim across the channel.
Okay. I love this performance. I absolutely love this performance. I thought this performance was everything that she wanted it to be, and it gave what she wanted it to give. And it is not her fault that these judges don't understand where she's coming from, because that is the problem. You don't understand something, so you want to say it's not good. That's not the case. Just because you don't get it, don't mean it's not good. She gave what she needed to give in this performance. Her message was very clear. If you were paying attention, it was very clear. And even to us who are reading the subtitles, which might or might not be accurate, we don't know because we don't speak French. But I got the message from what she wanted to say. And I thought she did a good job performing that message. I was very annoyed with the critiques that she got from this. I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know about none of that. And I agree with you, Eris. If they pick on Mami Watta this season, Daphne, we're looking at you. I will fly across the pond and I will come for you, because you will not disrespect Mami Watta on this stage in my presence.
We will start a change.org petition to get rid of you. Brandon already got rid of WeHo successfully.
We will get you off the show. I will work my hardest to make everybody sign. But I thought it was good. I thought she looked. Yeah, the wig is not the best wig. I was saying that when she was putting it on in the workroom. I was like, "Ooh, no, not that wig. Pick something else. Pick something else.
Put some water on it. Like spray some water on it."
No, I just wanted a whole new wig. I just wanted a whole new wig, and I agree. I think if she would have had like an afro, like big Afrocentric, like big hair, it would have been so much more powerful.
Or like braids going down her back.
Either that, yeah, either just long, like just ridiculous.
Or maybe like a lock bun with some strands down, like maybe like even a lock bun or like some goddess braids.
I mean, I don't know what her country, what their cultural, what the braid, what the hair is for her, because everybody's region of where they're from, hair is a special type of thing. So I don't know what they're, but I would have loved to see a big, powerful, even in that color, but a powerful. Could you imagine the silhouette if it was just an afro and she was just standing there and it was like so big, like out to here, and she was just standing there before the music hit? That silhouette would have just like, would just hit my whole soul. But I loved it. I don't care what nobody say. Mami Watta, you are amazing, and I appreciate your message.
She should have been safe.
Period.
Like, I don't understand. There were flaws with the performance. There was a performance that was more flawed than hers and deserved a spot in the bottom too. Spoiler, it was Kitty for me. This was not a perfect performance. She even admitted this was not the performance that she wanted to give. I agree with the point about the tool, and that's not on her doing, that's on production's doing for not providing the dancers with the right outfits. I just think, and the other thing too is most of that song was in English. So I understood it perfectly. But that's also because I speak English. I just think for me, like, there was nothing horribly wrong about this performance, and she was entertaining. Therefore, she should have been safe.
Yeah, this was a performance that I expected to fight the most about, but maybe I won't have to. Maybe I will still fight. But for me, the things I did not like were the wig, and that's it. Other than that, I did not notice any missed words. I watched it twice. I did not notice that. I don't mind that there's not a lot of tool on the dancers. Like, sure, yeah, I saw them, but she still looks great. They look great. I think this was easily my favorite of the original songs of the night. Like, it was catchy. It's still in my head.
I don't think this is an original song.
It was. It was her voice singing Mami Watta. Yeah. And I thought her dancing was great. I thought she did great at expressing her culture and informing us about the origins of her name, Mami Watta, which is a water goddess in her culture. So she knocked it out of the park across the board for me. When I saw that there were 7 people up on the stage, I was very confused by who was the third person in the bottom, because for me, Mami Watta was not close to the bottom. For me, if they did 3 tops, 3 bottoms, Mami Watta's in my top 3. I thought she was great. I loved it.
I disagree with that, but I do think she should have been safe.
Period. I agree with David. As we should.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, then we're about to fight here soon. Okay, I'm interested.
Oh, please, Jesus. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Kunty.
I'm keeping my chopsticks for her later on. Well, that's in case I don't end up getting blacked out from the thunder.
Chop that wig in advance.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna get out on the runway. From between this and then her runway with the Tokyo Styles wig, I thought she was going home. No, my good stuff. I understand like the puppets and stuff, but between her and Ploopy, I would have preferred Ploopy's puppet over her. Because by far, because at least with the puppets had like different voices. This is more just like the angel, and you got the angel on one side, and then you got Keiona as the devil on the other side. Oh, never mind, not Keiona. I was so confused by this. I was like, oh Lord, I was about to fall asleep while watching this. It was either because I barely had enough sleep because suddenly I had to use the bathroom a lot, or B, this was boring me. I'm sorry. Cookie Kunty may seem like a lovely gal, but I just wasn't enthralled by this performance, sadly. Eris, go ahead.
I just want to say something. Out of drag, does anyone else think she looks like Sharon?
Yes.
Have we discussed this?
I've compared her to Sharon, but it's
Sharon had a better puppet than this.
Oh, we don't want to flashback to that. But this performance, I was let down. Because to me, it comes across as like the consummate professional. Like, she seems like she has everything to a T. And this performance, it just felt like a letdown. Like, I enjoyed the first kind of like 30 seconds of it with just the cat. And then she brought in this like goth Elmo and he was just going off. I felt like it wasn't well written. And I feel like if the material isn't good, the entire performance therefore can't succeed. I think she looked lovely, but yeah, I didn't like this much, and it was a bit of a letdown for me for Cookie.
Boo. Boo. Tomato, 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 tomato. Boo. That is all.
Boo. Boo. Tomato, tomato, tomato. Next.
Go ahead, David.
Yes, boo, boo, tomato, tomato.
Hold on. Hold on. I got one more reaction after David goes.
Okay. Yeah, this just didn't work. It wasn't funny. Like, great concept, sure, but I mean, if Princess Poppy set the bar and did way better than you, that's kind of sad. So yeah, she was clearly in my bottom too. Like, honestly, I was hoping she'd go.
Okay.
But I knew they wouldn't let her go because they're gonna want to keep her around for a while. I just feel it. But that's all.
Oh, boo.
Boo! Boo! It's a chop. It's a CHOP chop. It is a chop.
I agree with Eris though, because I feel like she is known for to be like the consummate professional. Like she's Cookie Kunty. Cookie Kunty. Like everybody when she walked in the workroom, everybody was like, it's Cookie. We love. And this was like.
She's the person that reinvigorated French.
Right.
10
Right. So I'm like, if you did all of that, and this is what you come with your talent, boo. Boo.
It had so much potential.
Oh, it could have went so many ways.
This idea, I think, is so fun. It just, there was nothing.
Oh, you remember how I used to always say when we talk about España that I don't like the queens that constantly talk about sex and it's always just constantly vulgar. This needed vulgar. This should have went in a whole nother way where it needed something to make me go, oh, girl. This was right. Right. Like I wanted something else. You gave me children's time. And I'm like, I don't want children's time on Drag Race in a talent show. This is not reading to the kids. We're the children aren't watching. The adults are watching. Give us something that's going to make us go, bitch. You're not doing none of that. Like, ugh.
Like, this is not Mrs. Kasha Davis reading to the children at her local library in Rochester, New York. This is not Michaela Couture dressed as an angel during Drag Queen Story Hour.
You ain't got to go through all the drag queens who do drag reading.
This is not Playhouse Disney.
This is not Tommy Boy at Over the Rainbow Cafe in York.
Oh my God.
This is not.
I feel very unseen. I'm about to say because we would be here all day going through all the queens who read it, but Moon and this. Okay, Will.
Actually, I'm gonna let David go first.
Changing up the order.
Do we want to? Okay, I can go first.
David is the Moon stand.
Yes, so I just love Moon, and honestly, I really did like this performance. I thought it was fun, it was kooky, it was creepy, as Kitty said, just so bizarre, and she just delivered, like, she delivered in the face. This outfit I really liked. The fingers, who knew that finger painting could be so cool? Yeah, I just loved it. Like, she's another person who's like, I'm going to show you a bunch of different things that I can do. So Moon is my obsession of this season. I adore her. Keep it up, girl. Keep it up.
Okay, so when it comes to Moon, she's in my top 4 because I just enjoy her. I've been like enjoying getting to see her. Like, she's another interesting character you gotta watch out for. Like, she seems very interesting. Like, I just want to peek inside her brain or something. Like, she's been doing well to me for the past 2 weeks, and I can't wait to see more of her. Go ahead, Eris.
Honestly, this was fantastic for me. This is like the kind of shit I like to see because I would never think to do it. And I'm obsessed with this outfit and this hair and just the mug. It's like, I love like punk drag so much because that's the realm I come from. And it's the fact that she started like painting with the gloves. I was watching this, like, I would have never in a million years thought of that. It was brilliant to me. Honestly, I kind of want Moon to win the entire season. I don't think she will, just because I don't think they'll put the title in the hands of a Swiss person the same way they wouldn't have crowned Theresa May on Drag Race UK. But I still think she's probably going to be like one of my favorite Drag Race competitors of all time for a long time.
I like Moon. I like this talent. I might get a little side eye here. I was not that impressed. I mean, I was like, it's good. It's cute. Like, I love the outfit. Outfit, top notch. Like, the gloves, the outfit, the fact that you can paint on her body if you wanted to. It's giving me everything. I love that. But I was just like, what else you got? We painting on a canvas with the gloves. Okay. But it was good. I love Moon. I still think she's one of the top people in the show. She's definitely one of the top. I just wasn't like blown away with the talent. She looks amazing. She's giving me like, oh, great. But I just was like, oh, that's it? Okay. Well, cool. Good for you. Good for you, gal. Like, it was one of those moments. It was like, I like it, I guess. Sure. It wasn't horrible. I wasn't bored. I would never boo because she looks amazing. But I was just like, that's it? Okay. Well, then, all right, then. Good for you.
I think I agree with you, Lana. I think this was very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing bad about this performance at all. I think the difficulty for Moon is going to be, this is just a very talented season of queens.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's ultimately, we're going to get to a point where just everyone is good and polished and talented.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like, unfortunately, I don't think the judges see Moon the way that we do and the way that we want her to succeed. I don't foresee it happening, unfortunately. This was very good. This was perfectly dead on safe for me, but I really did enjoy this performance from her.
I wouldn't mind. Hold on.
Ooh. Go ahead.
Testing.
You're fine.
No echo.
Honey,
You were fine before.
I had an echo personally. That was why.
I heard it.
Oh.
I had it.
Mm-hmm. Since there's a lot of talented queens, I would probably expect a non-elimination episode at some point. Because these are some talented bitches.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, if the judges aren't seeing Moon, I think the editors are, because the editors do not skip a moment to show us her in the confessional giving commentary, and I'm living for it every time. Like, it's living rent free in my head during Sara Forever's performance, seeing Moon looking adorable, going, ee! She was so cute.
Yeah, the production loves Moon. I don't know if the judges do, but the production does, and I think she gives some really, really good confessionals anyway, so it makes sense. And she's so freaking adorable. You just can't not like Moon. And I agree. I think she's going to be one of those people who you just remember for a long time to come, and especially if she just continues to perform the way she does. Great.
Last up,
My husband in a wig.
A lot of people.
Oh, you're gonna have to fight Eve on that one.
Eve proposed.
We're gonna have to fight Eve on that one. I've already usurped my claim to Piche as well. You're gonna have to fight Eve on that one.
Well.
Oh my god, I enjoyed this. I was like, if Keiona was not gonna win, Piche definitely was gonna win this one. I really enjoyed it. It was like she was singing at first, she was hitting high notes, and then suddenly it's like boom. I was like, okay. I'm like, did Piche go up on the streets of New York? What's going on? Yes, I was living for this. I love this like cute little like two-piece thing, kind of giving a little juicy couture kind of moment. I enjoy it. Piche got a great bob too. She's just a fantastic queen to me as well. Like, she's slowly approaching my top queens at the moment. I have like a top 5. Like, she's at 5th.
I thought it was a really good performance. I feel like there was a lot of interesting levels. I don't think this was my winner. I think my winner probably would have been Keiona, but then we get to the runway and that kind of changes things. But yeah, I really liked the levels to it. I thought it was really fun, and I just feel like she is someone that I want to see in the bottom 2 because I bet she can bark. Like, she can dance.
I feel that. Like, I don't want Piche to go, but I feel like putting her in that bottom 2 is just let me see what she can do in the lip sync. I just want to see it. I don't, even if they just make her lip sync again just for another, it don't even have to be for the bottom. I just want to see her do it because I know she can do it. It'd probably be amazing. But I really enjoyed this. When she was hitting the high notes, I was like, when she first started, I was like, oh, okay. All right, because y'all know me, I'm a music snob, and
I was like, okay, Queen of the Universe, I see you.
I was like, let's see, can you really sing? So the first riff and run she did, I was like, okay, and then she got to the high note, and I was like, ooh, a little pitchy, but you ain't quite hit that note, but you all right, you almost made it, but you all right. I was like, is she gonna sing the whole time? Which I would have been okay with, and I would have been like, great, we get to see some talented singers. But then she was like, nope. I'm a dance and I'm a lip sync. And I was like, oh, we busting out the hip hop for real? I was here for that live. I was like, okay, Piche, yes, I love it. And then the 2-piece, I just think that was so cute. And did this security tag was that on the back of the outfit? Was I tripping? Was I tripping? I was like, did she steal this?
It's also on her leather jacket in her confessional.
Okay, I'm like, did we steal this? Did we just not take off the tags?
No, she's going to wear it for the show and then return it, as she should.
I mean, if that's what you're doing, do what you got to do, because, yeah.
Maybe she'll pawn her crown and scepter and then pay it off.
I was just taken back. It's like, when you gonna wear that again? But yeah, it looks good. I enjoyed this performance a lot. I don't think it was my favorite one of the night, but I enjoyed it.
For me, she did what needed to be done.
For sure.
Point blank and the period.
For sure.
She showed her talents, for me, the best out of anyone. For me.
Okay.
I will.
I just, in my heart of hearts, I really do think she was the best. She showed every range of her talent ability that she has, that she wanted to show us. She went full out, and I'm not saying other people didn't, but she gave such a diverse performance. She was my winner, hands down, no question. And I love Keiona, and I love everybody that was in the top. This was it.
Okay.
This was it.
Period.
Yes. Go ahead, David.
So for me, when she started out singing, I actually thought like the first part was okay. And then when she went to the higher, I'm like, this is not good. I actually actively disliked it. So I was like, okay, so here's our other bottom 2. And then she stopped doing that. Thank God. Sara Forever beat you in the singing. Sorry, Piche. You were not as good as her. The vocalizing was just pointless because
I think
the rest of it
kind of bad vocally, but all right.
The rest of it, in my opinion, but
I was about to say both of them had issues vocally.
No, neither of them were perfect, but I thought she was rough. So, but the rest of this I thought was spectacular. Like, honestly, like she's the best dancer on this season based on this performance, which I did not expect. I thought some of the other girls who were in the ballroom were going to be dancing around everybody, but Piche delivered on those moves. In fact, I think she might be one of the best dancers we've seen on any franchise. Like that was incredible moves. I did not expect to see some crumping on Drag Race France.
The last thing I expected.
I know, but she really brought it. So yeah, kudos to her. That was really, really great. The actual dancing performance part of it. So yeah, loved it.
Runway.
Period.
Category is 2 and 1.
Cool.
A staple.
With the same rules that I guess España had.
Not necessarily.
Everybody didn't abide by the rules, if that's the case.
Yeah.
They didn't?
As quickly and concisely as we can, friends, let's talk about this runway. Starting with Sara Forever. David. We'll start with David.
I knew you were going to start with me, and I was pulling up my scores. But I do like this. I thought it was a pretty good delivery. This kind of set the expectations for the night, though, because I wasn't sure, are they going to be able to like drop things on the floor? And so this was the first one that I was like, okay, I guess they're trying not to go for that. But I did like it. Was I blown away? No. But the score that I gave it was, what did I give her? I could just give her a score right now, but I like to judge it based on what I saw when I was watching. I gave it a 64.
64, 64, 64, Zoolaine. Sorry. Yeah, for me, I think this is such an interesting concept and it's really pulled off beautifully. I think everything about this is well made. The only thing I disliked is the royal purple panty, because it is so bright in contrast to like the muted colors of the rest of the outfit that it just sticks out just a little bit too much. I maybe would have gone for, honestly, well, no, not a black actually. I was going to say a black, but then I realized that would have looked like granny panties. I would have gone for like an aubergine color like she has up here. But the wig is beautifully coiffed and sculpted, and you know I'm a slut for like opera length gloves, and I like the shoes as well. I don't really have any issues with this. Yeah, for me it's gonna be, my cup's at a good 85% full.
Okay, so I do have a question. Is it just me? Was her entrance look a vulva as well? Was that her?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I remember. So
it was the
pink, right? Yeah, that's all I needed to know. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I was like. She's obsessed with vulvas, and which is fine.
Right?
Not mad at it. I like
their Jimbo comparison, right? Jimbo's got the boob, she's got
the vulva. I mean, it is what it is. People have their shticks, if you will, and I don't mind this shtick. I like the concept of the, first starting as a penis and then going into the vulva because, why not? I do agree that purple panty is very like jarring. It's like, oh, that takes away from the lilac of the dress and then that darker purple of the top, which I feel like that would have been perfect for the panty to be in that same color purple. But other than
something peeking out of the panties in that second picture.
It looks like it. It could be a shadow, or it looks like something is peeking out. Like,
I think it's a shadow, just because I don't think it looked that bad. It's just the angle that the photo was taken.
It looks like.
I think it also could be her tights are bunched up,
bunched and loose
like that. Yeah,
yeah, could be. But it looks. I don't mind this look at all. I love the hair. I think the second part when she opened up the top, I don't like the shoulder, the front part. I think that something is just throwing me off. I don't know what it's about. It's just something throwing me off about it. But other than that, it was a perfectly good look. I enjoyed it. And I would give it an 80.
The shoulder, the flappy bit, that was my exact critique for the look. I thought that was not successful because every time she went to go do something, she had to like pull it up.
And
so that's just a technical error. Otherwise, I do think it's good. Obviously, she can't plan, when runways are going to happen. So I'm not going to fault her on 2 vulva references in 2 episodes. That's just what she brought in her package. Now, if we get another one next week, then I'm going to be a little concerned. But love the vulva representation because there isn't that much on Drag Race. I think the actual reveal of the 2-in-1 was fine. I don't think it was the best executed. It was definitely not the worst.
No.
By far not the worst.
No.
Not even close to the worst. But I'm going to give Sara an 80. I thought this was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Cookie Kunty.
Yeah. I did not like this. I didn't like the delivery. I didn't think the first look was that good. I thought the second look was worse. I really, really, really hate this wig. I think this is a hideous wig. Like, if I'm going to get on Nikki Doll for having a super flat wig, this is even flatter. I don't know. And the color just didn't work with it. So that really detracted from me. So, yeah, I think she flopped. Yeah, didn't work for me. I forgot. Are we doing scores now or doing? Okay.
You did. That's the precedent.
Right. So yes. So I gave her a 52.
That's generous.
It was generous.
I like this. I'm surprised everyone hates this. Like, I like the boxiness of the suit and I like the shape of it. I mean, I wish the ankle was a little bit longer, but I think the new pump goes really well. And I thought the actual gown itself was really lovely. I don't hate the wig. Do I think it's the appropriate wig for this? No, maybe it needed to be in a different color. But I really like the cut of this wig because to me, it's very stylish and it's very, not to be ironic about Kunty. And I think her makeup always looks amazing. Yeah, but I like the nude gown. I'm just shocked everyone else is dogging on this. For me, it's a 70.
She definitely found her light in that second picture, though. So good for her.
I don't like it. It's choppy on a chop for me. I don't. It makes her look too like wide in the hips in the suit with having all that underneath it. I get it. That's the whole reveal part, but I mean, I like the angles of the suit. I'll give her that because the angles of the suit is cute, but it's just not working. And I think that hair just, I'm not a fan. But I guess
I could see you in that wig, Lana.
Absolutely not. Absolutely, absolutely not. No.
In purple?
No, absolutely. It can be in purple. It can be in blue. It can be in, absolutely not. I mean, I get it for the look because it's the angular sections go with the angles of the suit. And I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. But I do like the dress more than I like the suit. So there's that. I won't plead. Because at first I was like, I'm pleading, this is gross, but I'm not. Because the more I look at it, the more it's like, okay, it's not as horrible as I thought it was when it walked down the runway. But for the dress alone, I will give it a 45.
I was along those exact same lines, Lana, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna plead because I didn't remember what the first look looked like. And now I'm revisiting this. I think this suit is cunty. I love the suit. Hate the wig. Hate the wig. But I agree with Eris. I love the suit. I think the angles, the interesting angular movements, if you will, of the suit are really nice. I love the way that it flares out at the hip. I think the pants could have been a little bit longer. I do agree. Basically, everything that Eris said about the suit, I agree. However, the reveal itself was sloppy. The actual process of it. And it didn't completely reveal all the way until the runway where she could go backstage and fix it. Because it just didn't, it looked crumpled. It looked bad. And then when she was standing on the runway, I was like, it's not nearly as bad as I remembered it being, but it's still not good. So, because I only liked 45% of the first look, I'm giving it a 45. Oh, poor Vespi baby.
So this might be kind of unpopular here, but I don't think she looked bad here. I think it all came down to the delivery was a little sloppy, but I think she looked very good. And I will give her props because hers, more than anybody else, was constantly changing. She didn't just do one reveal. She did several things that were constantly changing, like moving pieces or taking off half of a wig. The first look, it wasn't even a look though. Like pulling that down. So she really maximized without doing a big reveal overall. So I'm going to be generous with her. I also did not like the wig line. It was way off on this one, especially on the close-ups. But I'm going to be generous for her, and I'm going to give her a 75 because she looked good.
Okay. So had this just been the first look, I probably would have said my cup was full because it's a gorgeous gown and it's styled really beautifully. Unfortunately, as she tried to reveal things, it kind of all went wrong. It just felt like she was having a really fucking rough day, bless her. And one queen to another, the lace on this wig, something needed to be done. And I wish someone else in the workroom had like pulled her aside and said, "Hey, girl, you don't want to put some like got to be on that lace and kind of like lay it down just a little bit better." Yeah. This is just another thing, and this is like a super nitpicky thing about wigs, and I don't think everyone needs to do this, but I think she could have done with plucking the hairline of this wig, just because there's a very clear line where the like actual lace, well, where the lace ends and the sort of the follicles of the hair starts. And not every wig needs to be plucked like that, but I think this one could have done with it. The hair, minus the front, was like really gorgeous, and I loved the gown. It's just a shame when she started pulling things off and she was like trying to stick it in her head and it didn't stick and it just nearly fell off and she was just like slapping herself on the head. And you could tell she was getting flustered because by the time she got to the end of the runway, she was like twirling and like kind of leaning against the wall as she was on her way out because I think she was trying to make up for everything that happened. So beautifully made look. Just it's unfortunate she was having a shit day and the delivery didn't work for her. If it was just the one look, as I said, cup full. If I'm taking into account the performance on the runway and like the second part of the look, I'm gonna give this a 60. But as I said, the look itself, like 100.
Yeah, I mean, the problem I have with this is it's really not a reveal. Like, she really didn't reveal anything. She just moved stuff. It was like, I'll take this piece and bring it down here. But we already saw what was underneath it already. So what are you revealing that? You can move a shoulder piece and move it here. You took the side piece and moved it here. I felt like it wasn't really a true reveal. Like
more of a morph.
It was right. It was more of a peekaboo
alteration.
Right, a peekaboo moment. It wasn't a reveal. And I was looking for the reveal of it all. And we didn't get a reveal. But like I agree with Eris, the gown itself is beautiful. If it was just that look, if this was the only look for you to come down and walk the runway, it would have been perfect. I would have been very like, yes, queen, do this. You doing it. You looking amazing. But the fact that this was a reveal, I didn't feel I got a reveal. I felt I got a peekaboo, like here. Look, I can take this part here and then put this in my hair, maybe, if it decides to stick, but it won't. So I'll just put it back. It was just a very bad day for Vespi. I very much feel like, oh, bless her heart. Like, oh, girl, oh, Vespi. Because she looks beautiful. Like any other time, this would be a full cup. I would be like, yes, this is beautiful. But it just didn't give what the theme was asking for. So for that, I have to bring it down to like a 50 because it's just the theme is very much important and you didn't give me the theme, and unfortunately. But I love Vespi so much.
Could not agree with you more, all three of you. I fixed the look in my head. Here's what I would have done. So you come out as the look on the left. That's the base. I would have loved had there been a couple of those other spiky porcupine balls and had them all over and then you take them off, and it reveals to like another thing, and so all of the different draperies revealed into just a gown at the bottom, and each of the spiky porcupine balls you put on your head to just build a fascinator of spiky porcupine balls. So at the end, you're left with the clear
top.
The clear top situation, and then just a white gown at the bottom. But every piece of the gown is formed from these like drapes that she was. So you go from this like Grecian goddess moment to this full like almost warrior, but make it gay moment. I think that would have been really, really cool to see.
I would have been cool, but she couldn't get the one porcupine to stick in her head. How was she gonna get all them porcupines to stick in her head?
That comes down to like execution things. Like I would have put magnets in it. Yeah. Like if it's me, just magnetize the whole thing.
Yeah, just like
build it all magnetized. Like I think that would have been really fun.
So perfect.
Magnetize the parts of the gown. That would have been a whole thing.
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
I forgot about the clear top, but I really did like that. You can't really see it as well in these pictures, but I thought that was one of the better ones.
That's why I feel I agree with you, Logan. If she would have just made the bottom half that rest of the dress and had that clear top, it would have been like spectacular.
Maybe I'll make that for when I start drag. Who knows?
I mean, I think we can all universally agree that if the theme was Pretty Little Blonde Bitches in gowns, this would have taken the cake.
Yeah, she would have been great. And she would have been great. She would have been perfectly fine.
The category was Grecian goddess.
She would have been amazing.
The category was lovely, beautiful blonde bitches in white. This would have been fantastic. If the category had been
Porcupine Wedding.
Porcupine Wedding. Wow. If the category had been Best Drag. Absolutely.
Like I just she's just pretty, and it was very pretty, but it just wasn't the thing.
If the category is best pheromone cosplay, absolutely, but it's unfortunate. I love Vespi. I'm also going to give this a 50. But I love Vespi. Bitch Moon.
I love Moon. This is so silly. And just, she really knows how to deliver an outfit. Like, she's a model. But I will admit, like, this is not, like, the most elevated thing I've seen. And if this was a design challenge,
yes,
this would be one of my favorite things ever.
Absolutely.
But she did bring this, so, but I don't care. It works for me. Like, I thought it was so camp. And I love the little mittens or the whatever you call them as her bra. I don't know. I like Moon so much. I gave this a 70.
Okay. This very much reminds me of the Alyssa Edwards camera dress because it's very much I'm holding my reveal, I'm taking my reveal off.
No.
The only real difference being that it is a coat, so at least the first piece is wearable. I was just hoping
I'm holding the cameras, and now it's the camera dress.
I just really wish the reveal was into something else. Like if she'd gone for like a snow bunny like ski suit, a la what we just saw on Drag Race All Stars Jimbo versus Twitter. It's just I'm not like the bra is funny to me and I love that as a sense of humor. I just think from the leg down, like the waist down, where it's just like leggings and snow boots, it's not completely fantastic. I think the concept is there, and if it wasn't for the coat, I probably would have. I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have pleaded. But because the coat is fantastic, I'm gonna be merciful and give this a 30.
Wow! Ouch.
The demon bitch is back.
I love it actually because this is the thing. I love Moon. I think this is a great concept. I felt like she should have went further with this concept because you come out and tell me you are a Swiss influencer at a ski lodge. Give me Swiss influencer at a ski lodge. Like, where is your camera? Where are you posing? Where's your, give me influencer behavior because all you did.
Look at that.
No, you're just giving me your look is saying influencer, but
look at her face.
Your performance isn't giving me like I want to see you bring it. No, like I'm not saying she's not like yeah, she's doing it, but where like give me your taking a selfie, like bam, bam, everything about you. Like I need more props. Like you give me this big old coat, you take it off, and it's the skirt. And the only thing we have that says influencer now is your sunglasses and your face. Like I said the same thing about on somebody on Drag Race who did a whole influencer thing. And I was like, give me influencer. Like, you're not giving me influence. I wanted you to be like, you know, like, give me, you can have a selfie stick, get your phone, like be what them influencers are. I can't walk into a hotel without influencers standing there like, sorry, taking a picture for the gram. I'm taking a picture for TikTok. You know, give me that, and then I would have been like, bam. Performance-wise, it was okay. I feel like it's that panty is throwing me off. That panty is throwing me off. I wish it was the same color all the way. Like she needed to be all the same color all the way. Is that an iridescent like? Did she pee on herself? I don't know. Why is that darker? It's sunburn.
No, there's no panty there. It's just a sunburn mark.
It looks like a panty.
I agree with you, but it's supposed to be a sunburn.
Well, it's just not giving what it's supposed to give because it looks like a panty. But okay, then it's all right. It's okay. I wanted more, but it's okay. I'm not gonna say 30 like Eris because I don't think it's a 30, but I will say I wanted more, so I will give it a 50. I wanted more.
Mm-hmm. David, you're not alone. This is one of the best things I've seen in a long time.
Oh,
I love this. I don't exactly know what it is. I love this.
How do we love something we don't know?
I'm intrigued by it. I want to know more about this character.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what it is for me. The characterization on the runway was spot on for me. And I understand the critique of like it not really feeling influencer. For me, it did based on, you know, the way she was modeling the garment and then taking it off. Like I understood it. And it might be because I lived in a mountain town for 5 years and saw people that looked just like this who came and visited and did the exact same thing. So I think I have a little bit more reference for this kind of thing. But I love this. My cup is full. I don't care.
She's too rich to take her own picture. She has a paparazzi with her.
Well, you should have somebody out there. You should.
Yes, Sarah's body double.
All right.
Kitty space.
Period.
Okay.
Period.
This was very successful.
Period.
Like, if there was anything that kept her out of the bottom three,
period,
it was this, because this was another thing that was constantly morphing. And just when you thought you saw the final product, something would move and you'd see a new wig there. And she just kept giving. I'm so proud of my girl Kitty. This is why I drafted her, because I knew she was going to bring the looks. So yeah, this was very conceptual and successful and pretty seamless, honestly. So I really like this. I'm looking at my score. I'm going to bump it up a couple of points. I'm going to give her an 84.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to say anything? Like, my cup is full. My cup, actually, you know what? My cup is overflowing. I'm going to say it. Because, first of all, these are two completely different looks. And it's just the thought behind every single thing in this look, apart from the shoes. Hate the shoes. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to knock it down for that because the rest is, like, fantastic. It's the fact that the wig is the thing for holding the top of the cage. So it's like a suspended cage. It is so done. And then the second outfit being, like, a phoenix. It is so, like, conceptual. It's so thematic. It is just gorgeous. On top of being, like, visually stunning. Like, look at the colors. Look at the material. And, like, Katie herself just being naturally a very pretty drag queen. I say naturally, she's got, like, 3 layers of makeup on. But just being a very beautiful drag queen. 10s across the board. Like, my cup is overflowing.
She did what needed to be done. This was everything. I was like, girl. Because when she walked out with the cage, I was a little nervous. I was like, okay, what's this going to be? I really hope that chain look ain't the reveal because we done seen it in the cage. I was nervous. I was like, that can't be the reveal. And she took off the cage and I was like, that can't be the reveal. But baby, when she... And you don't see one color of this gown poking out of nowhere. You ain't see it until she wanted you to see it. And I was like, yes, yes, yes. I literally screamed in my room when this happened. And I was like, I'm so glad my roommate is not here because she'd be like, what are you watching? Because I was like, oh my God! Oh, I'm sorry to my earbud listeners and headphone listeners, but I screamed. This was so perfect. This was the perfect reveal. This is the best reveal I have ever seen. And I just started watching Drag Race, so don't chop my head off if somebody was better. But this is the best reveal Lana, has ever seen on any Drag Race I've watched. So overflowing, period.
I think this was wonderful. I think she should have been lip syncing in this look, but I think it was wonderful. I think it's great. I think it's marvelous, fantastic. Cup is full, but she should have been lip syncing in this look.
I think the look saved her,
and I don't think it should have. Keiona.
Yeah, she looks great. I really like red with zebra stripe. It goes well. Was I surprised by anything she did on the runway? No. I've realized I think my problem is since I've seen Keiona before, I'm expecting my second viewing of her to be like an all-star level. And she's not been bringing all-star yet, but that's just not fair. I just need to train my brain to realize this is still her first time on Drag Race. Mm-hmm. Treat her like it's her first time on Drag Race. It's okay to not be surprised every week. But I still really do like this. I think she looks stunning in it. She looks like a model. I gave this a 69.
Nice.
So I'm not obsessed with this. Just for a 2-for-1, like the first look, if you wore that to a bar for your show, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you look great, sis." The second look, you wear that to a bar, everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, you look amazing, sis." Da-da-da. I don't think it's good enough for a reveal for Drag Race main stage for 2-for-1. You do that reveal on stage at your local bar, you're gonna make buckets in tits. And I would just like to say, these two fucking screenshots. Look at that face. Look at her. Actually, I will say this now. The first time I watched Legendary, I didn't even realize Keiona was a drag queen. I just thought she was a woman because she is so like devastatingly gorgeous. I just don't think this outfit did her justice, and I think the reveal was a little bit sloppy. Style-wise, I think it's beautiful, but I just think it's not at the level of the other competitors, especially since she had to walk the runway right after Kitty Space had that full fucking Phoenix gown.
I don't think they're in order, actually.
Yeah, she came after Cookie Kunty, which actually
was
good. She was second, Cookie was first.
These are in the order that they posted them on Instagram, actually.
Oh.
Well, Mary, yeah, it's alphabetical. For me, I'm still gonna give this a 60.
Oh, it is alphabetical. I just realized that.
Actually, I'm gonna give it a 55. No, yeah, 60. I'm gonna give it an extra 5 because it's Keiona. Not biased at all.
Oh, very biased here. I am very biased. You know what, David? I want to applaud you. I want to say that is very mature for you to realize that you were judging her on a level that wasn't fair because you've seen her before on another show, but that the fact that this is her first time on Drag Race, so you have to judge her accordingly. I appreciate that because I think a lot of people are, and I think we just love Keiona so much. Love. And we want the absolute best from Keiona. but we have to realize that she's still finding her way in this world. Like, she got the ballroom world down. She has to find her way in this world. And so I think this look is cute. I feel like the zebra looks amazing on her. Like, it's popping off her skin. She looks fantastic. Was the reveal the best reveal? No, it wasn't. It was a little sloppy at the end. But once it came out, I was like, oh, that's a pretty dress. It was a pretty dress. But is it the worst reveal? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it was just it was a predictable reveal. It was a reveal that you saw coming a mile away. Like, okay, I know what's going to happen, because you see the red peeking out the back and like, oh, it's going to turn to a red dress, which is fine. It looks good. She looks stunning. She looks stunning. And I agree. If I wouldn't have known this was a drag show, I wouldn't have thought this was a drag. Like, this was a man in drag. This is a woman. She looks gorgeous. She looks so beautiful. That second picture, I can't stop looking at it because it's so America's Next Top Model for me. Like, it's the style of it. Like, she looks like she should. This was a picture that Tyra Banks would be like, "You're here. We have bottles in my hand. Here's yours. Your tops." But for sure, I would give this probably a 65 because my 5 extra points goes to just because it's Keiona. And I'm very biased and I don't care. I just love this woman. I love her.
I was prepared to be the only person to be critical of this look, and I'm very happy that I'm not.
We're realistic.
Yeah, this is not my favorite by any means of the imagination. On the topic of other reality fashion-based competition shows, the second look looks like a bottom 2 look that could have been made on Project Runway. They wouldn't have gone home for this. But I
would say bottom 3. Definitely bottom 3.
Sure.
Michael Kors would have made a snarky comment.
Yeah, Michael Kors would have said something snarky, and Nina Garcia would have been like ripping it up on the runway.
Michael would have called it I don't know.
It's just beastly. It's just beastly.
Sure.
Sure.
Check out our Project Runway review, available on the Cup TV.
Bing.
Yeah, this is the first look I actually really like. I like the way that the bodysuit is cut. Actually, the whole thing. I like the garter with the zebra. It all looks really good. It's just the second look for me just is not as successful. But that mug is just everything that I could have ever wanted. So with all that being said, I'm gonna give Keiona a 75, and that extra 5 is because she is Keiona.
Period. Because her wig is wigging. That's the perfect wig.
That's a good hair wig.
That's good hair wig for this outfit.
Yeah.
Good hair wig.
Next is Ginger Bitch.
I just want to say I'm so proud. I'm so proud of Ginger Bitch. It's not my turn, but I just want to say.
For what?
Okay, we're fighting.
Well,
go ahead, David.
I was about to say, I guess it's a good thing we're getting me out of the way because I did like this. Did I love it? No, not really. I thought it was a good concept. The first look is good. Oh my God. I will not say what my roommate thought the reveal was going to be.
No.
Now you have to say it.
I will not. I won't say. You can use context to imagine. But the second look, I don't know. It just it looks better in this picture than I remembered, but I thought it looked kind of wrinkly, which is understandable because it was all bunched up. It looks better in this picture, but overall, I thought she was pretty good. So I gave it a 60.
So I'm probably going to be on the same page as Lana here because I fucking love this. I'm also possibly on the same page as David's roommate because when I first saw this, I was like, she's not going to, is she? But yeah, the only thing is Lana just clocked it.
I just got it.
For our viewers at home, Lana's face.
Thank you, Lana, for getting on the same page.
But yeah, for me, there was just a moment where I saw the bracelet around the wrist with these gloves, and I was like, she's gonna turn into Marilyn Monroe, and I'm glad the version of Marilyn she turned into was gorgeous. And this is a super niche thing. I think maybe she could have done with hiding the bracelets in the pocket and then putting them on and then doing the reveal, just because I feel like it was a little bit of a giveaway. But I mean, that's only because I'm
In the
yes,
bag.
exactly. But that's only because I'm kind of super tuned in to like a Marilyn look. However, this for me is the most beautiful she has looked on this main stage so far. And Logan, your face is telling stories.
It doesn't matter. We're gonna fight. Don't worry about it.
P. Yeah, but I love this. I think she looked splendiferous. And you know what? Fuck it. My cup is full.
Period. I'm gonna go to Logan because I don't want to have two good positive reviews and then get your
negative.
Yes,
review.
I want to end on a good note because you're ridiculous.
Deserves.
Right,
Also,
it's what she deserves.
Can I just throw in there? I think her wig was giving me Golden Girls too. So
I hate the wig. I hate the wig.
Okay.
I love Ginger. And I do think overall, this is a successful look, and it was a very successful 2-in-1. However, I need to remember that she has not been doing drag for very long. I do not think this is the prettiest she's looked. I think last week's Runway is the prettiest she's looked in the face that we've seen so far. I think this makeup is too severe and it's not blended enough. Because when they zoomed in on her on the episode, on the main stage, you could see everything that was happening. And I understand that it's an HD, so I get it. But it wasn't all blended for me. It felt very like toned down old school Trixie Mattel in the way that the makeup was not blended. So neck down, I'm a pretty big fan of this. It's just the wig and the face kind of just took away from it. I also think the fabric that the Marilyn look is made out of looks very cheap on television. I don't know whether it is, but for me, it just did look a little cheap. I'm going to assume it's not. But it wasn't giving everything that I needed it to give. Now, this Jackie look, everything. Period. I love it. And the reveal itself, the mechanism of the reveal, I thought was very good. You thought I was going to tear this apart. I did not. That's why I was like, I'm fine going last. Overall, I'm going to give Ginger a 70. I do think there are a lot of aspects of this that work very well. I wish, honestly, it had been Marilyn into Jackie. That's just me.
I don't know how she would have pulled that off, but okay.
Zipper, invisible zipper in the front. You zip the dress up. It has sleeves inside. You put the sleeves on, and you button up the jacket.
Sure.
That sounds like science.
Yes, but it's doable.
Sure. Well, I will say I thought you were going to rip it more, and that's why I was not going to allow you to be last on my girl Ginger Biche.
Absolutely not.
Because I love Ginger Biche.
Ginger Biche.
I said what I said. Ginger Biche. Because I just like saying it like that. But I love this look so much. I was very proud of Ginger. Because first, when she walked out, I knew the concept right away. I was like, I know what she's doing. I didn't think about what your roommate was thinking about. And I was like, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, well, it could have went that way too. I mean, it could have if you wanted
Maybe
it
on
to.
Dragula.
Maybe. But I was like, oh, because I thought, okay, coming back, I did think that. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, girl, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't do that moment. Don't do that moment because I was going to scream if she did that moment. I was like,
I don't know. I might have given my cup as full for the first time.
If she would have did that, I mean, see, I'm glad she didn't because the disrespect that would have been for somebody in France to do that moment. For our American president, I'd be like, wait a minute, girl. You do not have the right. You don't have, I mean, it would have been hilarious I would have thought it was hilarious, but I would have been traumatized all at the same time because I'm like, wait a minute, girl.
Just would have been like,
I would have been so stunned, shocked, like, oh, you didn't. But then afterwards, I'm like, but she did. And as long as she did it good, I was like, but she did. And it was It was good, but I'm glad she didn't because I would have been traumatized. I'm old, y'all. I wasn't around when that happened, but I was close enough when that happened. So I kind of, no, but I thought this was so good. I loved it. I love Ginger for doing this. I think the fact that the dress looks wrinkly is because it was bunched up all up under there. So I can't fault her for that. You can't do nothing about the material because of how it's a reveal. I think she looks great. Is the makeup perfect? Absolutely not. I think it's a little severe. I agree with Logan. It's a little severe. But am I going to fault her for that? Absolutely not. Because I love Ginger and I love this. So her extra 5 points will go for the fact that I don't care about her makeup. So my cup is full. Thank you. I agree with Eris.
Nani.
So, not one of my favorites of the night. I do not really like the first look, but the second look, I actually like the pattern and the color for the dress. The problem is you could see all that black hanging out underneath. So it just didn't quite work right for me. So I'm just going to cut to the chase on this. Let me see what I gave her. I gave her a 63.
Generous.
I guess so.
I think she looks nice. It's not amazing, but I think the dress she ended up with looked lovely. I just think a coat into a dress is kind of expected. But, it's her first time round on Drag Race. And you know what, personally, I think maybe 2 for 1 should be a category saved for All Stars. Because then we can start to see some really crazy shit. But I think this looks lovely. I'm going to give this a 60.
I don't like it. I ain't like it. I thought it was a crunchy reveal. It was the coat to a dress was kind of boring. The reveal wasn't that great. I'm gonna give it a 40.
I'm gonna start with the positives. I think the first look is really, really good. I like the jacket. I like the way it's draped. I think the detail of the snow on here, I think is really good. I like the wig. The makeup is great. I think all of that is very successful for me. However, this was the crunchiest reveal of all of them. By far, no question, the crunchiest reveal. The skirt just needed to be a little bit longer in order to make the reveal better. Unfortunately, that was not the case. And, winter to spring, unfortunately, now is a concept that just has been done. 40. Sorry, Punani.
Ow.
Piche.
Okay, I'm glad that we saved the last 2 looks so we can end on highs, at least for me. I really like this. I thought this was a great reveal, and each look stands apart to be really good looks, but they look nothing alike. Like, you see a through line, but they're very different. So I thought this was a very, very strong night for Piche. Especially this last look is stunning. One of the best looks we've seen on the runway this season. Let me give her an 85.
So I love this. I don't quite understand what the cultural context of it is, because she did speak a little bit on that. But I think it's wonderful, it's theatrical, and it looks really well made. And also, I think the beard really goes with this look. I think for me, the second look is the stronger of the two. She looks fucking gorgeous. I'm going to give it a 90. Sorry, I'm so sleepy.
I love this look. I think Piche had the best reveal of the whole entire runway. Like, it was so flawless, and even I think Kitty's face was kind of flawless as well. I agree, but I think this was just as flawless. Just the whole reveal of it all. I didn't expect the Matador at the end. It was kind of like she gave us the the cultural old like French Renaissance era, back at old France era, and then to the Matador, which says she played off of both of her cultures of being French and Mexican or Spanish.
Romani.
Oh, Romani.
Mm-hmm.
Romani.
She's Algerian.
Algerian, yes. Which is beautiful. And I love that. I kind of like gasped. Like, I think this was so, like, for me, Kitty Space was like, oh, it was so dramatic and I didn't expect it. For this one, it was just so beautiful that I like, it took my breath away. And I was like, for sure deserving to win this whole thing for this runway look alone was, I full overflowing. It was just beautiful. It took my breath away.
Well, she did.
Mm-hmm.
You scared me.
To be done.
Period.
This is why she won the challenge.
Yep. Period.
Her performance plus this runway, because we'll talk about the results here in a second, and I'm pretty sure it was judged 50-50 based on how everything went down. But I added the intentional pause because I knew that would freak y'all out.
Didn't freak me out.
Overflowing. Period. Done. Period. End of story. Period. Yes.
Yeah.
This is what I want to look like as a bearded drag queen.
You should inspire.
And last up is Mami Watta.
Okay, I'm not sure if this is going to be unpopular or not, but I actually really like this. And if her talent was in my top 3, so was her runway. Honestly, this was my 3rd favorite runway of the night. I just really liked the graffiti type of look. You got the can, the wig I thought was super cool. I'll admit these pictures are not doing justice to what I saw on the screen.
Blame the Drag Race France Instagram. Yes. I didn't pull them this time.
No, I never blame you. But
yes, you do.
No. But even the reveal, like the way it worked out was kind of unexpected for me. And I like that kind of low-hanging dress that's just revealing an ass behind it. And everything looked great. She was not wearing a swimsuit tonight.
Nope. No.
But man, I love me some Mami Watta. So let me give this a 77.
Okay.
So originally she said this was supposed to be like wasp-like or bee-like, didn't she?
She said it was supposed to be a bee-like look, but because Vespi did the wasp last week,
she didn't want to do it.
She didn't do the same thing.
So did she spray paint over her original
look?
I think so.
Yes.
It's very very Couture on Canada's Drag Race with the paint look.
It's a shame because I would have loved to have seen this in this original form. I like the graffiti look as a concept. I just think she chose too much of a mishmash of colors. I think she should have gone for like really bright, vibrant colors for this. I also think the hair, because she didn't end up doing a bee look, the hair ended up not working with it. So now she has a suit with like this wig that I don't think necessarily matches the look. I don't know. I want to see more from her, but I wasn't impressed by the runway this week. So for me, it's going to be a 50.
I totally disagree. I was 100% impressed with this look because the fact of the matter is she took a costume that she had that was supposed to be one look and was like, okay, this girl just did this. I don't want to come out and seem like the same thing. So I'm just going to take my creativity as an artist and turn it into a art piece. That was walking art coming down that runway. And I appreciated walking art there. And the fact that she took it and was like, she didn't panic. She didn't freak out. Or I don't know, maybe she did panic and freak out back there when she saw the wasp coming out. It was like, that was my next look. So she was like, nope, what I'm not going to do is come out looking like that. So I'm going to show you who I am, who Mami Watta is, and what I can create. And it's beautiful. Go ahead.
Sorry. What I will say is, I always said to myself, if I ever did Drag Race, I would also bring a shit ton of spray paint in case I needed to change things up. So it's nice to feel like reaffirmed that someone else actually had that thought process.
Exactly. Because you don't know when you get there and you see somebody who would have looked just like yours. You're like, I got to switch this up because I refuse to be. And I think she did a really good job. And the way she painted her whole body and just painted everything. The wig, and I think the wig stands out because that's supposed to be the stinger of the Wasp outfit. And she was like, okay, well, let me just turn it into like a hat and spray paint it the same color as my outfit. And sure, I would have loved to see more pops of color. I agree with that. Like it could have been more pops of like bright colors in it. But I think what she did, what she had time for, we don't know what kind of paint she had, how much paint she had. So I think she just did a really good job. I enjoyed the low hanging skirt because I didn't think that was going to turn into a skirt. I was like, what is it going to be revealed to? Honestly, I thought we were being revealed into a swimsuit, but she did not. She did not do that. I was like, we're going to be revealed into a swimsuit. Oh, mommy. But she didn't. She revealed it to a nice flowing skirt with the same kind of graffiti. I enjoyed it. My cup is overflowing. I thought it was beautiful.
I was really impressed with this. I think I agree with the critique that you had, Eris, of the wig. I think the wig is the only part of this for me that doesn't work because I can see where it was supposed to be antennae. So I get it. And that's just the one part for me that's throwing it off. But otherwise, I do agree with both David and Lana. I think the ingenuity of this is incredibly impressive. And that makes me... like, she's someone, I was already watching her. I'm watching her a little bit more now because of this amount of ingenuity that she showed with this look. It's not my favorite of the week. It's definitely not my least favorite. Cookie Kunty exists. But for me, I'm going to give Mami Watta an 85.
Mm-hmm.
So. And that's that.
Oh my God, finally.
3-hour episode again. So. In this episode, we have a top 4 to discuss. I agree with the top 4 personally of Keiona, Sara Forever, Ginger Biche, and Piche.
I would agree.
I'd probably switch out Ginger for Mami Watta. And I don't know. I might... no. I was going to say I might switch out Keiona for Punani. But no. Keiona displayed more talent. It was just... she really made me laugh, Punani. So
I'm not switching out Keiona. I might switch out Ginger for Mami, but I would leave Ginger what she was. I feel like Ginger deserved that because she was funny. She made me laugh, and she was. I think this is right. This top 4 is right for me.
I agree.
And our winner, which I don't think we're going to agree on because we've already kind of talked about it. Piche!
No, I agree now.
Yeah, if you're taking into account the runway, yeah. If we're not taking that into account, I'd probably give it to Sara Forever.
If I'm not taking the runway, I still give it to Keiona.
Okay.
If I'm not taking runway, I'm still giving it to Piche.
Yeah.
Eris?
Piche?
Great.
Keiona, but I kind of want Keiona to win because I'm biased.
Me too.
But I do think
Keiona's going to get her wins, so I'm not worried. But I think we're going to get Keiona wins, so I'm okay with it.
For sure.
Our bottom 3
I don't agree with this.
Cookie Kunty, Vespi, and Mami Watta.
Mami Watta should not be in there. Mami Watta should not be in there.
Yeah, Mami has no business.
No business being in there.
Who would we have put in the bottom?
Kitty.
Kitty.
I would put Kitty regardless of the runway.
The runway. Yeah, she should have been at least in the bottom. She shouldn't have went home. She shouldn't have been in the bottom 2, but she should have been in the bottom.
Or just have a bottom 2 on the stage.
Or just have a bottom 2 period and call it a day.
Yeah. So our bottom 2 does end up being Vespi and Cookie Kunty.
Agreed.
I disagree.
You disagreed?
I disagree.
Oh.
You thought?
Because you had Kitty down there.
I really do not. I think for me, I maybe would have kept Vespi safe.
Over Mami Watta?
No.
Oh.
No,
I mean, but we can only go by these 3. I mean, but if you go by these 3 that they picked, did they get it right from those 3? Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Of the
okay.
bottom three that the judges chose, this is the correct bottom two.
Okay.
For me, the
Okay.
bottom two of the week overall was Cookie and Kitty.
So the
Okay.
runway wasn't enough to.
No.
Okay.
I don't think being carried and being thrown across the stage constitutes a talent. And at the end of the day, I thought the concept of what Vespi did was leaps and bounds better than the concept of what Kitty did.
I think the concepts were. I think Vespi's concept was great, but Vespi did not pull off her concept, and that's the problem. Kitty's concept wasn't that great, but she at least pulled it off. She didn't have any huge mishaps. She didn't have any, sure, it wasn't the greatest concept, but her concept was pulled off the way she wanted it to be pulled off. Vespi, on the other hand, her concept was great, but she didn't execute it the way it needed to be executed. And so that's why I think this is why she's in that bottom, and it's deserved to be in this bottom, unfortunately, for me.
Fair. Well, they lip sync to Two Suits by Lara Fabian.
Can I just say something?
Please do.
I just want to say, I don't know what I read this caption or whatever. This song literally touched my whole soul. I just love this song. It's not about the lip sync, it's about what they did. This song was so beautiful. I was like, I am going to have to find this song and put this on my playlist. And I don't care if I don't know what she's saying. I just want to hear the song because her voice was so beautiful. The song was so beautiful. It was so haunting and beautiful. And then when I read the caption, I was like, and it's so empowering. It's beautiful. I love this song. And I think this lip sync was really, I think they both gave their all in this lip sync. I think it was beautiful. I think they were both sad that they were both in that bottom, and they understood why they were in the bottom, which is when you know why you're there, you're like, look, I just didn't have a day. I have to try to lip sync for my entire life right now. And they have so much respect for each other. It was obvious that they have respect for each other. And that was beautiful to me. I enjoyed this lip sync. I don't know if it's the greatest lip sync of all time or ever, but it was very much enjoyable to me. I enjoyed it. I was like, save them both. Save them both. Because it was so beautiful. But I don't know.
For me, it felt like they were trying to recreate the moment from season 1 with La Big Berta and Lolita Banana with the emotional type of song. So if we're comparing it to that, it just did not meet that. But based on what it was fine for me. I definitely thought Cookie was a clear winner. Also, it's very interesting to note that pretty much everybody was expecting that it was going to be Vespi and Mami Watta lip syncing,
which even Mami Watta thought so too.
Right.
Yeah. I think this is one of the best lip syncs I've seen in a while. I was really touched by this. I thought, I will agree, I think Cookie was the winner of the lip sync. For me, there was just something so captivating about the subtlety of Vespi's lip sync. I don't know what it is. I was really touched by the way that Vespi performed the song. Just with this almost innocence, with this, I don't know what it was, but it touched me. And I do also definitely think Cookie just absolutely demolished this. This is where I was like, I understand why everyone was so excited when you walked in the workroom on day 1. I get it. Like, I'm seeing you as a performer, as a professional. This is where I'm seeing it. I would have loved if they had kept them both, truly, honestly, and genuinely. But that is not the case, and we do, unfortunately, lose Vespi. I'm very sad.
Me too. I like Vespi. She's so pretty.
She's beautiful. I think
so pretty.
She's still very pretty.
She had a lot to give, I feel. She had a lot to give, I feel, and it's a shame she went. She probably had like a really good package as well, and it makes me sad that France isn't doing the Fame Games.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate that I kind of called it with the Starlet comparison since they both went out second, but
Yeah,
like
thanks,
Vespi.
David.
I like Vespi more than Starlet for sure. She has more potential.
Leaps and bounds.
Mhm.
But before we go, a very quick draft update. In fourth with 1 point is David. You have 1 point now.
I'm coming back. I'm out of the negative.
In third now with 5 is me.
Nice 5.
In second place with 12 points is Eve. And Lana, still leading that draft with 17. We did have 3 of the top 4 this week.
I know.
So
I know.
we know you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, next week is an acting challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Love it.
Yep.
Wonderful. Fabulous. So, thank you for joining us for almost 3 hours, but not 3 hours of The Cup talking about Drag Race France. We'll be back next week with episode 3 of Drag Race France season 2. Make sure to do all the YouTube things because you're on YouTube. You know how to do them. You've done them before, so do them. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok because we're multi-channel social media legends over here now at The Cup Pod for all of your cup needs. Get your merch, link in the description below. Follow all of us on Twitter because we're great, we're lovely and wonderful and fabulous. And with all of that being said, hack. Cheers.
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 Bye.
Cheers.
I'm so overwhelmed.
Bye.
Bye.